Unified welcomes you to the following presentation of the Midwest Esports Conference. Here at the MEC, we partner with schools all over the Midwest to create premier gaming experiences.
The most common angles that the operator plays. This is like second to only B long. Fight is likely having a leg shot, but they're too slow. Hariri lands a perfect headshot.
Laying in the damage, shooting them on out. Going into A4, look at Sake. Laying in the middle,
Sake?
laying in the damage. Going in, revenge for their honey.
No way!
Way taller. Sake Wabe gets the quadra kill.
That was
It kind of sounds fun, so I'll give it a chance. And then we ended up playing in high school the next 2 years together. We've been playing ever since. So he kind of taught me the game. We've been playing on a team since then, and then now we're in college, so we can't play together anymore.
We do love all the players, even the ones we shit talk. We love you all. We love you all.
Body Pluto looking for the plank. Trickster waiting, maybe looking for the steal. Pluto has his engaged. The scatter of the week comes through. Watch Levi though. Levi hasn't been touched just yet, but the damage is coming through. The melt line gets melted. Jinkwall on a killing spree, and all of Ottawa goes down.
Why? Those don't go in. It goes off the sidebar.
Starting to come out. The flash is popped. The rolling thunder is utilized to perfection. And now it's all on Thiessen, but Thiessen just keeps on going.
This fall, we are proud to bring you Valorant and Super Smash Bros. Valorant will be 8 teams, single round robin with a double elimination playoff. Smash will be 6 teams, double round robin with a 4-team single elimination playoff. Welcome to the MEC. Enjoy the show.
And welcome back, everyone, to the Midwest Esports Conference. We're here for the second day of the week. I'm Tucker. I'm joined by Captain Atsoka. And we got 2 matches for you today. First one has huge playoff implications. It's going to be not Clark. It's going to be Miami versus Cornell.
Yep, there we go. Cornell versus Miami, Ohio. Not to be confused with Miami in Florida. But regardless, I mean, I've done that. I'll be honest. I've definitely done that. I was like, damn. I was like, Miami in the Midwest Esports Conference? But no, regardless. Yeah. It is going to be Cornell versus Miami, and this is going to be an interesting matchup because, like you said, there are some playoff implications. I mean, when you look at the standings, I mean, Miami, first of all, they're pretty far down there. You know, Cornell right behind them, but you have to take into consideration that Miami, they didn't really play a lot of their games, did they?
No, they did not. They had quite a few forfeits a little bit earlier on in the season, so they are 2-4. But if I remember right, they are definitely one of the better teams in the conference. I believe they had a pretty good run at the LAN. And I know Cornell has had their struggles since then. I mean, they're 2-4. I believe they played all of their matches. They've had some showings of success, but it's been mostly give and take, with Cornell getting the brunt end of the stick most every time, except for those couple of games that they did come away with. Other than that, it has been a pretty rough stint.
Yeah, and you know what? I've actually seen Miami play. Like, this is one of those times, okay, where the score and the standings will deceive you, because even though Miami is sitting at 2-4, they're actually a really good team. When I mean really good team, this is a team that I think, and by all means, if I'm capping, say captain's capping, but I think that this team can go toe-to-toe with ONU. I mean, if they really brought their A game, there's no reason that they can't take on ONU. As a matter of fact, I really don't think there's a reason why any team can't take on ONU. They are the tops. They're the number 1 spot right now. They are a great team, but if you just come correct, if you do your homework, always do your homework. I cannot stress that enough. You know, go and watch the replays, especially ONU's replays, watch their games, learn a thing or two, and then come back and, you know, take them on. But point being is that Miami, they're deceptively good. Okay, so do not sleep on this team just yet. As far as Cornell goes, I don't know how many, I don't even know how many forfeits they've had so far, if they forfeited any of their games. I just know Miami forfeited a couple.
Yeah, I don't believe that Cornell has forfeited any. I believe they played them all out. So it's really just been an unfortunate run up for them. And I can kind of say the same about Miami, but once again, you got to take in those forfeits. I'm not 100% sure if they've even lost a game that they played, if they were just all forfeits, because I know they had a lot of them.
Yeah, but with that being said, let's get ready to take a look at the players that make up these two respective teams. As we get a look-see here, coming from Miami, Ohio, we have Matt Atarax. I know there's a way to pronounce that correctly. Ataraxi. I cannot recall the correct pronunciation. That I know. Ataraxi, that's it. Ataraxi. It came to mind. And then we have a Panarin, Phantom, and a Thunder Knight. And then coming from the side of Cornell, you got Kate, Bull, Fett, Banthanor, Lind 4, and Lamp 404.
A couple of really, really stacked rosters. If you remember throughout the match that Cornell did play, you know that Banthanor is kind of an Odin guy. Like, whenever there's a chance, they're going to buy the Odin, and they're likely going to shred with the Odin. And honestly, the map picks only help that, which, let's take a check onto the map bans. Yeah, it's pretty Odin heavy.
Oh, I love to see it. As a matter of fact, you're going to see the Odin on Ascent. Like, there's no doubt. I mean, sure, you can see it on Haven, but come on, the Odin literally is synonymous with B main. Just spraying through the wall. And you know what's even crazier is that I've literally seen a 3K through that wall spray. It was absolutely insane. It's one of my favorite things, too. And I love the Sova Odin combo. So if nobody brings a Sova on Ascent, I'm going to be sad.
Yeah, I feel like Sova's just one of those main picks. We see a lot of fade attempts and a lot of experimenting done with Ascent. I mean, that's tried and true. Everybody knows Ascent. We were talking about it so much in the pregame, us two, as well as our wonderful producer, Hyper. Thankful for everything you do. But Ascent is tried and true. Everybody knows exactly what to do. Everyone knows how to play. So the experimentation is absolutely necessary. But also, like, it's hard to battle that because Sova's really good. The Odin is going to shred through that wall. And of course, Haven, there's not as many spots. There's really only that one spot in mid window that the Odin can really be a menace there. But I don't really think it's going to matter. Banthanor is going to use it either way.
Oh, 100%. And honestly, when I think of Haven and the Odin, it's garage door, just spraying through the garage door from the get-go. That's always fun, right? But with that being said, I think we could be just about ready to get into our first matchup here. On to Ascent, you know, everybody's favorite map. Again, it's the 50-50 neutral map. This is where you go to get bare bones Valorant. So, I mean, again, as much as people say that, you know, it's boring, you know, we've been here too many times, there's a reason that we keep going here. There's a reason it constantly turns up in the map picks, because it's that familiarity. It's the same reason why people stick to certain picks. It's because it's the comfort pick, and Ascent just happens to be a comfort map.
Yeah, absolutely. If you're a fan of another attack FPS, you've probably heard the saying, it's busted, it's broken, it's boring, but it's home. That is the perfect way to describe Ascent here in the game of Valorant. With Haven probably being a close second, I would say Ascent, of course, like I just said, it is the default Valorant map, but Haven is a close second. Agent picks coming in, and there we see it. A Sova on both sides, no surprise there.
Yep, and there you go. You'll love it. And I'll be honest, you know, when we're thinking about Ascent, you know, the meta composition, at least for me and from what I've seen, the majority of the pick rates go, it is the KO Sov and KJ Jet, and then an Omen. That's usually where I see my smoke come out, is with the Omen. But it's interesting because neither of these sides are going to be going with Omen today. We got one Brim, which is honestly interesting. I don't see a lot of Brim on Ascent. I do see Astra a lot. There is a lot of Astra play on Ascent, but I hardly ever see Brimstone. So that's an interesting pick coming from Cornell. But again, that could be that comfort pick that we were talking about earlier. Meanwhile, looking at the other side here, and instead of the KO, which I honestly think KO is very viable on here, especially when when partnered up with KJ, that KJ KO combo, I think goes pretty nutty. But they're going to go with the Sky. So they're bringing an element of healing into this one. And also, since the Astra buff, the Cosmic Divide is so good on this map. So again, I'm really liking the composition, honestly, from both sides. The only thing I'm a little bit nervous about is the Brimstone.
Yeah, Brimstone is definitely a pick that is very hit or miss depending on the map you play. I think Ascent is one of those, it depends on the player. And I mean, Banthanor, one of the best players to do it. They've been a very consistent controller here in the MEC. But to turn the attention back to Miami, University of Ohio, I really like not just the picks, but I like the way that they intertwined with each other. We were talking about the Cosmic Divide, but if you remember, there has been quite a few plays, not just typically in the MEC, but on B site, if you're retaking, that bomb is down and everybody is on that site, you can pop a Cosmic Divide and a lockdown in. There's no chance of them getting out. They're going to lose that round. So I absolutely love the Astra KJ pick simply because of how well that those utility options can team up and just put so much power into your hands.
Not to mention, can you imagine, you first of all, because again, there's going to be a lot of nano swarms, and that's usually going to be put at a lot of entryways. It could be put on the spike and a post plant. So imagine, you're going and all of a sudden there's a nano swarm that gets triggered, and now you're getting sucked in by a nebula. It's a pretty nasty combination. So you are absolutely right. I do think that combination there, that synergy between KJ and Astra can definitely make plays happen. But with that being said, here we are on Ascent, getting ready to go right on into this, and it's going to be Miami, Ohio, starting things off on the attacking side of the spike.
Definitely does not do the best for them. This map has shown to be a little defender-sided, but Miami, Ohio has a lot of synergy, like we said, in this composition, and just as well in their play. It's not just based on the composition, but it's also based on just how they're able to play as a team, pushing up as a unit. Of course, Thunder Knight's going to lead the charge as the initiator. Fett lands a shot with the Sheriff, gets away without losing a soul.
And Miami, Ohio, they go down one pretty early there, and they lose their Sky, so no more heals for you. But that's okay, because Cornell didn't bring any either. Meanwhile, you have Lamp there watching in mid with some pretty gnarly melee cosmetics, and of course the Reaver on the Ghost. You'll love to see it. And now they're going to go for the swing here, but nobody's peeking yet. It's the calm before the storm.
Out comes the Nebula, and we got the push through. Turret's going to take a couple of shots, do a little bit of damage, but the wall goes down. And on Pistol, that is a massive waste of both ammo and time. Phantom should be able to get this plant down with very little problems, and yes, they will. It'll have to be a retake. I mean, B-site has been a little easier to retake, but, I mean, Miami, Ohio is not going to let up easy.
Nope, they are not. Cable able to find one, and now the trades are going down onto Boatyard. Cable able to find one, but then get traded out, and it will be Cornell to come through with the retake, thanks to Lin 4, who was able to get that final limb and the defuse. Cornell will get the first round win here on Ascent.
And a little fun fact for you, Cap, everybody else watching. Last Saturday, so 7 days ago, Cornell won all of their pistol rounds. They did not lose a single pistol round, and they are looking to keep that streak alive. But another interesting counter fact to that, they lost both games. They won both. They won every pistol. That makes what? That makes 4 pistols over 2 games, and they lost both the games.
Yeah, you'd be surprised how often that actually occurs, and again, we saw a lot of that yesterday with our matches. Again, we were seeing, these teams coming through and winning pistol rounds, but they just couldn't get it done with the rifles, and they were getting outgunned. But so far, so good for Cornell. Thanks to the kill feed, Cable was able to find the first elimination here in round 2, and now look at this. It will be Fett to get on the board as well.
Yeah, Cornell starts it off so hot. I mean, the pistols are just so good for Cornell. The Sheriff keeps going harder and harder and harder. Cornell starts this off with a really nice couple of shots. And look at Banthanor, so far up with the Bucky. Last week they went insane with the Odin. I don't even think they bought a single rifle that entire game. They just went with the Odin, and I mean, this time they're gonna go with the Bucky because they don't have enough for an Odin yet, I'm assuming. But we'll see how it goes. 40 seconds left. Miami, Ohio, down by 2 players, and honestly, it's the 2 most important. They start swinging around. Cable gets the information, catches one, and decides to run away before they can catch the second.
Yeah, not a bad strat, not a bad idea either. As you can see, there's only 1 player remaining now, but they're going down with a fight. Phantom with the classic, able to get a 2-piece, and finally it will be Banthanor with the Bucky to put an end to Astra, giving Cornell their second round win.
Anti-eco does not get antied by Miami. We go to the bonus round, and surprise, surprise, it's only Ataraxi with a light shield, which is a little bit surprising. Typically, we see full shields on the bonus round, but I mean, sometimes you spend too much money in the anti-eco round of the pistol round that it carries over. Has some long-term effects on the economy, but still, Miami, Ohio's a little bit better as they have 5 rifles, so it doesn't really matter what armor they have.
Well, here we go. We're well and underway into round 3, which could be the bonus round for Miami if they manage to pull through. You got Fett there, right there towards the mid, coming out of tree. Trying to find an angle on both sides here. Coming from the side. Look at the jet, as it will be Thunder Knight to get that a limb. But thanks to the kill feed, you can see both Lamp and Phantom manage to find some limbs themselves. And now Cable is going to try and force the issue here. Throws out the flashes into tree. But no, they're going to back off, trying to avoid the danger. But they can't avoid Ataraxi. That's going to be an elimination for them.
Initiator Sentinel are the last ones left. The Recon Bolt going to catch one out. Actually, a little bit more than one, but we got Panarin. Headshot for them. Matt 430 with a headshot as well, winning the KJ battle and winning out the bonus round for Miami, Ohio. Very nice stuff. Gives them a little bit more money. Gives them a chance to get some momentum established.
Yep, and as always, we're just going right along with the script here. You know, you win the first 2, you lose the third. Most of the time, Miami, Ohio, able to come through with the buy there, the power of the purse to get the win. But now, Cornell, they got themselves a couple of rifles. And look at that Odin coming from Banthanor. This is where things start to get interesting.
It's only a matter of time, Cap. Look at this rush. Fat. Oh my, that was something. Fett thought the wall extended a little bit further than it did. That's going to drop off one of the Cornell players. They are able to get a refrag, though. And they are in a 4v4. 1 ult each. It's the null command on Cornell's side, but the Cosmic Divide on Miami, Ohio. That could be a massive piece of utility if it decides to get utilized.
Well, let's see if it does. Meanwhile, you do have Lamp, who gets gunned down through the smoke. What a shot by Panarin. Now Ataraxi is going to go through the smoke, and Phantom, thanks to the kill feed, able to put an end to Banthanor. That is huge as Cable goes down as well. And now Linfor, the last player surviving, going to have to come through with a 1v3 retake.
Linfor is in for the clutch scenario. Look at Panarin playing really close right under Heaven. As he tries to walk it through, clear out all the angles, but unfortunately the one angle that took a little too long to get cleared out is the one that ends up ending the round. Len can't get it done. And Miami now winning 2 in a row. Cornell Esports in a rough spot after winning the pistol and the eco, or the anti-eco. They have to eco here.
Yep, that they do. And, you know, Miami, Ohio, again, they were able to win 2 unanswered games. So the power of the purse definitely going into their favor. But again, we're still very early on, and it is a tie game, 4 rounds in, and it is split 2-2. Not too surprising so far, but let's see what Cornell Esports can do with a little bit of a budget buy here.
Budget buys have been hit or miss. That's just how they are. But lately, they've been having quite a bit of success. If Miami, Ohio decide that they want to push into a close range scenario 1 by 1, then Banthanor might just be able to reap the benefits. I mean, they've got the Bucky. So far, they have gone Bucky and Odin, and it has not really been working out too well. But I mean, things can change at a whim. Cable gets the first frag, and now we see a little bit of slower pace.
Yep, just a little bit, and honestly, that was a great early pick coming from Cornell just to get rid of that player. Again, using the Sheriff, too. I mean, like you had said earlier, they're really good with their pistols. Meanwhile, Panarin coming out from Wine, able to get a cheeky pick on Banthanor, who lost their beloved Odin. 2 friends separated. Now Thunder Knight is able to find one on Cable. Fett, though, literally going to be standing in the way of this push onto tree. They get 1, they get 2, nearly being able to get 3, but now it's a 2v2 here going on towards the A site.
Oh my goodness, what a shot from Lamp. That might just equalize this round out. Linfor is going to find a gun on the ground. Got to get the spike down, and thankfully for them, they will. It'll be a 2 versus 2 on this retake. Lamp's a little bit lower than the KJ counterpart, but the health on Miami, Ohio is not looking too good either.
Last player
Oh,
standing.
here we go. It is now a 2v1 Phantom in a very difficult position as they will get gunned down by Lin 4. The retake is good. Cornell Esports able to get their 3rd round win and a lead over Miami, Ohio.
What is with this Cornell team? Why do they win so many of these thrifty rounds? Why do they have a thing for pistols? I do not understand. But if you put pistols in Cornell Esports' hands, they're going to win the round. Like at this point, just buy up the sheriffs and ghosts.
I was thinking the exact same thing. The whole team just brings sheriffs, ghosts, and then just buy Banthanor, endless Odins, and then there you go. You got a winning strat right there.
Like, honestly, 1 Odin and 4 classics. That's all we need. Anyway, round 6 underway. Fett catches Thunder Knight Lakin. Don't try to jump peek me. Fett, fantastic trigger discipline, waiting for just the right moment. Almost wanting to catch another. Oh, it does catch one. Ataraxi peeks, Mad peeks, and everything falls apart for the Miami, Ohio offense. Down to Sova and Astra in a 2 versus the entire team.
You know what? I'm a firm believer that skins get wins, and this skin is just gnarly. I'm sorry. This is a beautiful skin on the operator, and it looks only better when it's in the hands of Fett, who manages to come away with a 3K. Honestly, as soon as your first teammate gets jiggle peeked by the op, stop peeking. Literally, at that point, you stop peeking mid, but I really don't think Miami, Ohio cares. To be honest, like they all just wanted to challenge that for some reason. Now Banthanor with the Odin gets gunned down. Not Banthanor. It can't be Phantom again, the lone survivor from Miami, Ohio.
Poor soul, the poor Odin bearer. Location gets revealed by an owl drone dart. Spike's gonna go down, that'll give him an ult orb, but they already had their ult. Shock dart does some damage. This should just be a matter of time, and it's actually the bullet inaccuracy while running that gets that kill.
And well, once again, that is a clean retake coming from Cornell Esports as they will get a 2-round cushion over Miami, Ohio. And right now, Cornell looking pretty strong. And look at the buying power. My goodness, you got Ops and Odins coming out from the side of Cornell on the defense. Meanwhile, you got Miami, Ohio just trying to balance the budget over there.
That's what happens when you lose several in a row. It's only been 2, but in the early game, that is absolutely enough to wreck the economy for rounds and rounds on end. And Miami, Ohio is really feeling the effects of it. They got 1 Vandal. No. They got 3 Vandals and a Spectre. Meanwhile, Jet, I don't think they bought up really at all.
Well, here we go now. Well into round 7, and nobody's peeking that angle anymore. We're done there. We don't want to peek that any longer, but we will peek into main, and again, going right into Fett. At what point do you stop peeking that? I mean, again, they didn't change the game. Fett was literally in the same spot they were last time. You know, so again, at what point do you just learn your lesson?
It should have been last round, but I would say Miami, Ohio probably figures it out after this round. Banthanor's trapped in Winery, and it's another Banthanor death. No Odin usage for them. Hunter's Fury dragging everybody out. We got a Cosmic Divide coming out. Lamp stuck in a really rough position. Trying to get the plant down. Miami, Ohio's going to do it. And they've actually got 3 Vandals to defend this with.
Yeah, that was such a good Cosmic Divide there. Again, they just guaranteed a plant in the most awkward spot, too. So let's see how the retake comes through. As again, you can already see they're getting rid of the nanoswarms. They start the defuse. You can't even let them get half, and they manage to come off a spike to get the elim, and that lockdown forced them off. There's not going to be enough time. They're not going to be able to come back and prevent the retake. Cornell Esports now go up 3 rounds over Miami, Ohio.
Wow, my goodness. That was a wonderful use of an ult. And for Miami, Ohio to use 2 of their best ults to try to get that round, it did not work out in the slightest. They got some money back from it, sure, but for how much was put into that round, they had to come out with it, but they just didn't. Cornell was able to hold it off with just 1 ult.
Yeah, Cornell just looking really strong right now. They are looking really good as they go for the blind fire. But again, finally, nobody trying to peek that. Nobody's going to be peeking down catwalk, but they are able to smoke it off. So they are learning their lesson, finally, as they do block out the op, and now they're going to make their way towards mid.
This is almost a must-win round for Miami, Ohio. Since been a defender-sided map, but letting Cornell get 6 while you only have 2 is not good no matter what map you are on. Start of the round, though, goes really good for Miami, Ohio. They're able to get the first frag, taking down the KJ. Not just 1 frag, but that is an impact frag if I've ever seen one. B-site pretty weakened up by the sudden change of players, and they're going to be able to get this spike down as long as they do it in a timely fashion.
Yeah, honestly, they just need to get the operator, you know, out of the hands of that jet from Cornell. I mean, if they can do that, then I think they'll be in pretty good shape. But meanwhile, the spike does go down towards Boatyard, and now it's going to be a 4v5 retake coming from Cornell as the jet does force their way, looking to get the wall bang, and they can't secure their shots. They will go down, and so will Banthanor. And that is going to be a much needed, like you said, a must-win round coming from Miami, Ohio.
Hey, we got good news, though. Banthanor got the Odin kill. They were able to use it. They didn't get headshot immediately. And that brings them up a little bit higher. 2 and 7. Not the best we have seen from Banthanor. However, just keep trying the Odin. You know what they say. You've seen the meme with the miners, like the one guy who's like got discouraged about it, and he walks back. That's Banthanor right now. Banthanor is going to keep mining, and eventually he's going to find diamonds. I'm expecting a 4K this round.
Well, let's see if they can do it. But once again, you can see Fett does get smoked off here, and they're not able to land their shots with the op. And again, that it has been a real difference maker for Miami, Ohio, just being able to avoid the dangers of the operator in the hands of that jet. Meanwhile, you can see that it is going to be a split push. Look how many going towards B main, and the only thing stopping them are that KJ utility that is just laid down right there into towards the corner. Meanwhile, you do have one that's kind of like ratting in mid, and then you have 2 that's lined up back towards A.
Ooh, 1 for 1 as Fett's able to catch it with the operator. Turret's going to go down, and the smoke is going to block off CT. As soon as it gets popped, though, they're waiting quite a while. B-site completely given over, but they're drawing these players off of A. This is a complete fake. You got the KJ chilling out on the other side of the map, and this spike's going to go down on A. Fantastic play from Miami, Ohio.
Yeah, this honestly confused me, even when just looking at it. I mean, that was, can you even call that a split push? You literally had every lane covered. Still do. You got 1 into the mid. You finally got KJ rotating from B, and then the spike going down on A. And now the trades are being made over towards mid. You got Banthanor now looking for that floor spray, trying to go down into hell as they are able to get the elimination onto Phantom. It is now a 2v2 as the defuse begins to go underway, and I don't think they're going to be able to come through, but hold the phone from up on high. Matt 430 from the top rope, able to get the final 2 elims and the win for Miami, Ohio.
As well as an operator, they're able to strip that out of Cornell's hands, and I mean, they are on an eco round with the operator in hand. That turns any round into a probable lose, into a fighting chance, especially in the hands of someone like Fett. They've been so fantastic the entire game. So if they have the op, that makes any round possible. But now, with that gun stripped away and put into the side of Miami, Ohio, I'm starting to have my doubts.
I mean, Ohio's not, they're not, well, Miami, Miami, Ohio, they're not even using the op. I think they just tossed it. I think they threw it away. They just, it's not that they wanted the op. They just didn't want Fett to have an op.
And I mean, that's fair. It's like a kid that keeps spraying someone with a water gun. They get it taken away. because it's so annoying because somehow the kid has insane aim with it and can hit you from halfway across the living room. Anyway, Banthanor, I don't know how they got here, but you know what? They did. Can't land the headshot with the classic. Oh my goodness, and gets absolutely stunned. B site is where the last Cornell player lies. And they've got to go through not only the entire map, but also the entire team of Miami, Ohio, minus Sky.
Slowly but surely, they're making their way around. And, you know, when you think about it, do you really go for this or do you try and hero buy? Doesn't matter. Ataraxi is going to be able to get the final elimination onto Lin 4. And just like that, we are back at a tie game.
Now we are, and look what Banthanor has just bought. Another Odin. We're in the double-digit rounds now. This is round number 11, and we get a call a timeout. Interesting, Cap. Interesting. I don't hate the pick, but I probably would have waited one more round. I don't know. Maybe it was the last round. I think it's a good call. I might be nitpicking.
Oh, no, I mean, 100%. Honestly, I'm a big fan of timeouts. Like, if you have a timeout, I feel like you should use it. It's like the same thing with kind of like an ult. Not saying that a timeout's an ult, but, you know, if you have an ultimate, you had better use it. Don't let it go to waste. Anything that you have that can, you know, put something back into your favor, you might as well use it. And now we have a timeout coming from Cornell Esports, but it's okay because this is the time where we get to chit-chat a little bit. And you know what? I want to ask you, you know, whenever you're playing Valorant, which way do you go with rifles? Do you go Phantom or do you go Vandal?
I'm a Phantom guy through and through. It's in my blood. I mean, I am not necessarily like an aim god, but I try to control the spray. I'm a spray guy. I don't really do that much tap shooting, so so I typically go with the Phantom rather than the Vandal because the Vandal is just a little bit too hard to control. I'm that way on every map. I'm not like a Phantom on everything except Breeze. I'm Phantom through and through because I can just double tap. I can just get 2 shots in the head and I'm good.
I like how here at MEC we bring you the memes, and they're just great. They're golden. That Banthanor meme is hilarious. But you know, and before we get too much into the thick of it here in round number 11, I would like to say that I was a Vandal guy. Still pretty much am a Vandal person. You know, even in like other tac shooters, I like the AK, so I like the Vandal. But after watching some recent, you know, pro play, I got to watch Shopify Rebellion and see how good they are with the Phantom. It made me want to start using it as well. So now I've been maining the Phantom just so that way I can try and get good with it.
Ataraxi gets floored, shot down out of the sky. No more Jeff for Miami, Ohio. We've seen a whole lot of nothing so far. Mainly just a couple op shots from Fett and the Vandal shots from this KO on Cornell. As we try to push up through mid, Miami, Ohio is having a pretty rough time with it. That smoke's going to help him out a little bit, but still, B is occupied by this KJ. Lin 4 is in a rough position. They are not intended to be removed.
Well, here we go. The push going on towards Boatyard now. They're able to get rid of Lin 4 and all the utility that they bring. This should be a free plant for them because nobody else from Cornell is on site, but Cable comes through with the swing and is able to trade. As now out goes the Cosmic Divide. This is huge. This is going to make the retake that much more difficult.
Yes, it will. Right here. It's got to be something from Cable. It's a 1-for-1. Banthanor spraying through with the Odin. It doesn't work out, and once again, Miami, Ohio get the round. The Odin can't work. It's been tried the entire season. Banthanor has been so good with it. And in one of the most important rounds of the half, most important rounds of the season, honestly, they're not able to get the recoil under control.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on right now with the Odin. Like, it feels like, you know, it's just not hitting the same today. I don't know. But what I do know is that Miami, Ohio have managed to come all the way back and take the lead away from Cornell. And not only that, but they also forced a little bit of a broken buy from Cornell as well. So again, this has been a great turnaround for Miami.
It's a Guardian play from Fett. I respect it. I do love me some Guardian action. If I do have the choice, I'm choosing the Bulldog, though. But I absolutely love the Guardian pick. I like the ego. Got the lockdown coming out. over on the B site. Phantom on the lurk, catches out Banthanor, and once again, it is the Odin boys' life and round cut short. Looks like Miami, Ohio should have a pretty easy execute onto B site as the lockdown will get utilized.
Oh yeah, but you don't want to take anything for granted just yet. Again, you don't know who is there and lurking. But one thing they don't have to worry about is that dreadful Odin. Meanwhile, look at the Guardian from Lin 4 managing to connect with Autoroxy, as it will be a full B push, and it is going to be a free plant, but the retake will be coming through. But Panarin, thanks to the kill feed, able to find 2. And now it's a 3v2 in the favor of Miami, Ohio. Lin 4 next on the chopping block, and so will be Lamp, as that will do it. And Miami, Ohio now go up 2 rounds over Cornell Esports.
You know, I don't think Cornell could let them get 7. I think at worst case scenario, Cornell had to keep them at 6. Because now we switch sides, excuse me, Cap.
I love the switch swaps.
I love the switch swaps. Miami, Ohio is able to switch on to the historically favored side on Ascent. And I mean, even lately, it has been so defender-sided. I believe in the latest act, it has like a 55 to 60% win percentage on defense at the Radiant level. And that's what most of these players are at either High Immortal or Radiant. So this is going to be really difficult for Cornell to come out and win this. This might, honestly, depending on how the pistol round goes, this might just be a throw-up and GG go next onto Haven.
Yeah, and I think it's really important to understand, like, you know, how good these players are. Like you said, you know, the majority of them are at that Radiant level. Meanwhile, I am at Dookie Brown Bronze. So, you know, so yeah, again, you got to really appreciate the amount of talent that we have here at the Midwest Esports Conference. Meanwhile, you do have Lamp, who gets absolutely swung on. Phantom able to connect with their shot. Miami, Ohio, they get an early player advantage, as now Banthanor goes down as well.
Not a good start at all. Cornell Esports kind of trapped in the middle of the map. You got, of course, KO chilling out in Tree Room. Lin 4 trying to assist coming from behind, but there's simply not much they can do. They got a worse gun, a worse position, and everything is pretty much going downhill really rapidly for Cornell Esports. Miami, Ohio is down to 2 now, as Lin 4 still struggling to make themselves useful and get in this round. The shots just cannot land. Fett trying to sandwich in Ataraxi and Phantom, but the Ghost will eventually get the shot. Pretty inaccurate the first couple, but they're able to even it up. 2 versus 2. Unfortunately for Cornell, Matt's able to put the advantage right back in their hand. 16 seconds. Spike stranded. This should be the round.
Yeah, it definitely should be. And you know what? This was a really interesting approach coming from Miami. I mean, we have seen some aggressive defenses in the past where it even looked as though they were playing offense. But Miami, Ohio, they went for a full pitch. They literally just stuck Cornell Esports into that one corner there by a main and did not let them out. Again, it was the pistol round, so you can get away with doing stuff like that on the defensive side, but still, it was just such a cheeky play for Miami, Ohio to just come in from both sides and just go for a pinch.
Very nice play. Unfortunately, it was not enough. Miami, Ohio, onto the eco round. They got the Spectres. They got the Stingers. Probably got a Bulldog or Guardian here or there. Cornell Esports has to figure out a way to get this pistol back. I mean, they've been so good with their pistol round so far. I mean, that was the first pistol that they've lost in quite a while. And look at Banthanor. Close range, right-click classic. It just works. Lin 4 is able to grab one as well. Trade it out immediately. Make it a double trade as Matt puts the advantage in Miami's favor. And Thunder Knight will extend.
That they do. And look at Spike. I mean, it's so far away. And right now, Lin 4, they're just trying to stay alive. Maybe even bring this Spectre with them. I mean, I don't know why you would save here, but, you know, that is a very pretty looking Spectre. Definitely want to save that, as now they get a cheeky, ratty Kathy kill onto map 430. And they're holding on. They're staying alive.
50 seconds, though, and this Spike is stranded in no man's land. 12 HP for Lin 4. It's going to take a major miracle for this round to swap to Cornell, and that's simply not going to happen. even though they have the jump on it, the Spectre only needs to do 12 damage to get that kill, and that it does. Miami, Ohio, knocking on the door of double digits as we go to the bonus round for Cornell, which I did look up the stat for Ascent. It is a 52.3 defender win in the last 30 days in competitive, so the more you know.
Yeah, but, oh yeah.
The
You know
most
what's
defender side in map statistically.
And you know what's actually funny is that like that swing also occurs on Haven too. Like it's never predominantly one or the other. It always swings. Like last season, for example, it was actually the win percentage was actually favoring the defensive side as well. So it's very interesting to see those statistics like constantly change. And you know what? They change with the meta too. Like I don't know if you noticed, but it changes with compositions. Once people start bringing in new compositions, they start experimenting with, you know, different strategies and plays. You know, that win percentage, it starts to, you know, kind of swing like a pendulum between the offense and the defensive side.
Cornell Esports trying to keep this match somewhat close. It's 5-9 as they eventually get their guns up. This is the bonus round. But they are having a really tough time keeping Miami, Ohio at bay and pushing past this utility. It's being perfectly used and utilized. No chance for Cornell to break through. They're going to have to rush when there's not a lot of time. And I mean, if Ataraxi can make that Marshall go crazy, then this might just be a round that Miami, Ohio is able to steal away. A little bit of damage done. Panarin and Phantom teaming up, getting a kill. 2 kills at that. Then Four's finally able to break that streak, but with 30 seconds to go, that's when Cornell gets this spike down with Astra still chilling in heaven.
That they are. I mean, and honestly, I'm surprised they were able to get 2 eliminations from Cornell. If only they were able to pick up those weapons that dropped, then Miami, Ohio could stand a real chance here. Meanwhile, you got Panarin trying to work from tree with a Spectre in hand, and you got Phantom. 21 health, a Sheriff, and a Dream. And sometimes that's all you need. Let's see if it'll be enough.
We got a 1 versus 3. And Banthanor finally gets another Odin kill. Cornell ends that round out, and I mean, that's the bonus round. We were pretty much expecting it. So much more firepower on the attacker side. This is where it really counts. The 4th round of the half. This is where both teams can buy up. Miami, Ohio is not stuck with the Spectres and Bulldogs and the Marshalls and all that. They are able to get the big boy guns, and they have all 5 of them, with Ataraxi being the lone man out with just 25 shield. Everyone else completely full.
Honestly, we just need to get an op in the hands of Ataraxi. You know, you got to get that revenge on Fett. You know, you got to go jet op mid and just wreak havoc. Again, you got to pull a play out of their playbook. As you can see, the trades are going down in towards mid. Again, I don't know what it is between these two teams, but they just love to settle their beef there on Catwalk.
Yeah, it looks like Catwalk seems to be the fight club of Ascent, and I mean, it's pretty common. I've seen weirder, like Courtyard, like top mid to bottom mid, through the B main wall. That's definitely one of them. The entirety of A side also. So Catwalk's not that weird. 1 for 1 after the 40-second mark, down to 60, and Cornell kind of got to hustle. They're pretty much stuck in their own link.
And at least they were able to get a trade out of it. You can see that, you know, we're still even at a 4v4. You do have 1 lockdown online as well as the Cosmic Divide. And you gotta give it up to that Astra. I mean, how many times have they just been getting their ult online? They've been doing a really good job of making sure that they use that to its fullest potential. And now Panarin with a 2K. You don't stack B main. You just don't do it.
Never give Panarin his easy spray transfer shot. Same goes for Matt, 430. Miami, Ohio will win the bonus round, able to keep 4 out of the 5 players alive, and this puts Cornell in a really rough position. They're able to buy up. Got Banthanor with an Odin. A couple of other players a little bit lower. It's Lin 4 mainly with the Sheriff and Light. Miami, Ohio does not have to worry about that. 4 rifles and a judge from Ataraxi because they want to be edgy.
Oh my! You know how I know that we're watching some good Valorant right now at the MEC. You know how I know?
Is it the judge?
No, because it makes me want to go and play Valorant. Like after this, I want to go and play Valorant now. Like I want to go run some games. You know what I mean?
I understand that you run some games and get like 13-2'd and just never want to play it again. That's how it be. You watch it, you want to play, and you just don't want to play as soon as you play it first. Anyway, back to the game. The execute is absolutely beautiful. We got the lockdown. We got the space taken up from the updraft as well as the shot. But Matt on the retake is simply too strong. That makes 4. They're on for an ace, and Fett's only 45 HP. This might just be the first ace of the game. We haven't seen an ace in a while, have we, Cap?
No, we really haven't. We've seen plenty of 4Ks, though, I will say that. So, again, let's see if we can actually find an ace here. Fett going to be coming up from B. Don't have control of the spike again. This is going to be very awkward, but Matt 4-3-0 able to put an end to Fett and get an ace for the first time in what feels like a very long time.
And that round should put Cornell on an eco round. Yes, it will. And it will also give them the chance to call a timeout, and I think this is absolutely the right time to do that. Miami, Ohio is just one round off of match point, and I mean, they have the better side, they have the better weaponry, they have the better economy, they have the better composition for defense as well. We talked about it before the match started up. The synergy between Astra and KJ is going insane, and we haven't even talked about the other synergies between this composition. I've seen Astra and Sova link up quite a few times. The Nova Pulse, or not the Nova Pulse, but the Gravity Well, as well as the Shock Dart. That can do a lot of work. We haven't seen too much of it, but it's there, and it is a scary thing to look at if you're Cornell.
Oh, absolutely. But with this a little bit of time, you know, again, during timeouts, I like to banter. So I want to ask you, what is the best map in Valorant, and why is it Icebox?
It's not Icebox.
Yes, it
First
is.
of all, no. Okay, I'm not answering that question.
No, come on.
All right, fine. I'll answer. Let me think about it.
Mine's Icebox. I love Icebox.
Yeah. I think for my personal enjoyment of playing, I don't know. I really like Sunset, but it's not my favorite map. I gotta go Ascent. I mean, I love Dust too when I played CS. So it's like I said, it's broken, it's busted, but it's home. So you know what? Give me Ascent. Call me basic,
Okay.
but I don't care.
That's fine. Nerdy Birdie would agree with you at the very least. Again, and they're a good friend of mine as well. And you know what? They have some pretty good takes. So you know that's fair. You know, it's not off the wall. It's not like you said, you know, something like crazy. You know, like maybe Breeze was your favorite map or something. But still, you got Fett now absolutely popping off with the Blade Storm. Finds a 3K. Calm down, Fett. Jeez.
Looks like the timeout did good to them. Did good for them. Defender side lockdown. Trying to retake this out. Look at the judge, 1 for 1, but oh my goodness, the trade is immediate. And get that lockdown out of there. Cornell stays floating a little bit longer. Major thanks to the ult of Fett.
Yeah, that's how you use a Blade Storm. And you know what? Nearly got an ace, by the way. Again, we got to see another 4K. But Fett, oh my goodness, that Blade Storm. Again, I'm trying to think of a character we can compare it to, because I'm trying to think of a character that just constantly goes gung-ho and just uses all knives. I'm pretty sure that was like, what, Jet Li in Expendables, you know, was able to come through and just wreak havoc with the blades. But oh my goodness, Fett definitely doing a little bit of a blade dance here on Ascent.
A-side execute, hitting really hard, null command. Keeping Miami, Ohio at bay, specifically their utility. But the retake is going to come in really hard. There's 2 on the flank, there's 3 on the north side of the map trying to keep them away. But look at this. Everybody lining up right behind him. It's 1 for 1 as Phantom does eventually go down, but a lot of work was done on the backside. A-side completely given up. Cornell has to play this from afar. Thankfully for them, they do have the Hunter's Fury. Might not even need it. Lin takes a couple shots with the Odin, able to grab 1 frag. Hunter's Fury does get utilized, expectedly so. Recon Bolt reveals the location. Headshot is found. Hunter's Fury runs out. Fett's going to have to find a way to make a hero play. They got to get this kill, but Matt completely ends it with a double match point for Miami.
That was insane against all odds, against the Odin, against the Hunter's Fury, and against the odds. They didn't even have the player advantage, and yet they came through. That was Matt 430, and don't get me wrong, Panarin definitely came through, came in the clutch. Pros don't fake. They stuck it, and they got it. But oh my word, Matt 430 putting the kill in Killjoy. My goodness.
You gotta love when the Sentinel top frags, especially when it's a Sentinel such as KJ's. You can see it happening with the Chamber. We almost saw it with a Deadlock just yesterday, but with a KJ, that is some craziness. Miami, Ohio, specifically Thunder Knight, you cannot land those shots and get away with them. Your days are numbered, but unfortunately, it's match point, so I don't know if Cornell's going to be able to get revenge.
I'll be honest, I'm a believer in KJ supremacy. Like, I honestly think that KJ is the meta Sentinel, especially after, the Chamber rework. We definitely see the Sentinel picks going the way of KJ. And you know what? I'm all here for it, especially when, like you said, we get to see them top frag. Again, it just furthers my thought process that KJ is, in fact, the meta Sentinel.
I mean, when you're talking about which Sentinel is the go-to, KJ has been the pick for a long, long time. Cosmic Divide from Miami, Ohio is going to keep Cornell far, far away from the site. Oh no, Ataraxi, please don't do this. Oh, they did it, but they didn't land the shot. The lockdown this time coming out from Cornell to push Miami, Ohio away. It looks like it's going to line up pretty well with the... not the lockdown, but the Cosmic Divide, as they catch one off with it. Cornell Esports makes this round close. Oh, gets swung! Oh, Phantom almost getting two. But Thunder Knight keeps it, gets another kill. That makes 4K. And Cap, we get stripped of another ace, but this time it's to win the round and the map.
Yeah, that they do. Miami, Ohio, able to really turn things around in the second half, because you notice in the first half things were looking a lot closer, and as a matter of fact Cornell was looking a lot more favored to actually win out. But I gotta give it to Miami, Ohio. They had to warm up. I think they cracked their knuckles a little bit. They leaned forward, did whatever they had to do to get into the groove, and they showed up in a major way. But one thing I want to ask you real quick, while we're in the post game one here, I couldn't help but notice that when when Cornell went through the Cosmic Divide, they got the vulnerable status effect. Can you do you know any more on that? Is there something you can go into detail about what that vulnerable status effect does when you walk through the Cosmic Divide? Because I don't know.
I think it might be. I think what it is armor is less effective.
Okay.
Because how you take a little bit of damage when you get shot with armor. I think it increases the amount of damage you take through your armor. I'm not 100% sure. It's kind of been on my mind, but I think I read that somewhere. Don't quote me on this. I'm not saying anything's in stone, but I believe that's what it is, and I believe the reason they got vulnerable was because they walked through the Cosmic Divide. I believe that's one of the passives of the ult.
Oh yeah, 100%. And because whenever we see any other wall goes up, there's usually some type of side effect that goes with walking through it. I mean, you got the Phoenix ult, not the ult, I'm sorry. You got the Phoenix wall, Viper wall, and again, even the Harbor wall, if you walk through it, it slows you down, and it makes it to where you can't move at full speed. So again, every wall that you walk through has a side effect. So I was just interested to see, again, for my own enlightenment, because I don't know everything that there is to know about Valorant, but I try and learn, and that's the important thing. But with that being said, we are going to learn who is going to come out into this series and take the dub right after this short break. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with Cornell versus Miami, Ohio right after this. Way here, and I got to tell you, Briarcliff's still looking pretty strong, but Southwest Baptist, they did what they couldn't do in the first game, and that's actually get round wins on the board. Let's see if it's going to be enough to give them the momentum necessary, as Freight is just going to push right on in.
Freight's crazy. Zero fear, zero hesitation with the dink there. Another one, make it 2. He's got another smoke in his belt as well. Make it 3. Can we get a 4? Can we get a 5 with the ace coming through for Freight?
not the best situation for Cleveland State here in this 2v3. As wait, was that okay? Secrets is crazy. Okay, 1 bullet, 2 skulls, all it takes. Apparently so. To put Ohio Northern at a 5-0 over Cleveland.
Sephiroth not some immediate response. Jump up, throw that bowling ball out, give yourself some space. Don't let Sephiroth dictate the pace of this match too much. Brawler, the percentage not in their favor at the current moment in time.
Okay, so question, is the name of it really Primary Lotus, or is that just a Naruto reference?
That is 100% a Naruto reference.
Okay, because I know what Primary Lotus is, but no, they don't.
We're back after the break, everyone. I hope you are still with us. It's still Tucker and Captain at Soka, and we are getting ready to go into map 2 of Miami, Ohio versus Cornell College. If you're just tuning in, Miami, Ohio made pretty quick work of Ascent, taking it 13-7. And now we go to Haven, the other overplayed map in Valorant.
Yeah, except this time, this is going to be Cornell's pick. So again, somewhat expecting for them to answer back in a very strong way. One, they're warmed up now. They got game 1 out of the way. So now, you know, the nerves should be settling. But with that being said, you know, going back to Ascent, that was, you know, the pick of Miami, Ohio. So I kind of expect them to win that at the end of the day. So again, you know, I'm hoping that, you know, as we go into Haven, which is of course Cornell's pick, that we see a little bit of a resurgence coming from Cornell.
I'm definitely hoping so too. I mean, I would love to see a Cornell win. They've had a really rough stint here in the MEC. Only, I believe, currently 2-4, which I do not believe they deserve that. They play on a much higher caliber than their record shows. They have a lot of talent behind them. Banthanor, we make a lot of jokes about them only choosing the Odin, being a Odin one trick and an Odin crutch, but they are absolutely a talented players, and they are surrounded by some of the best collegiate players around. So for them being 2-4, I absolutely think they deserve higher. They've just got kind of a rough draw, a short end of the stick, if you will. So I'm personally hoping for Cornell to pull through, but I do have my doubts, considering Haven is a little bit more attacker-sided. Checking my stats from earlier, about 51% of attacker-sided. And with Miami starting on attack, it's going to be hard, but not impossible.
Yeah, well, take a look at these compositions so that way we can try and get an understanding of what to expect. And now, you see, Banthanor on the Brimstone, I like it a lot more on Haven than I do on Ascent. So I'm completely okay with that. The rest of the composition seems fair to me. I mean, when you're looking at Cornell, you got the double initiator composition going with the Breach and the Sova. That's pretty standard. And of course, you got your KJ there and the Jet to finish things off. You look at the other side, and it's nearly a mirror matchup here, except they're going to be going with the Astra for their smokes, and we already know, you know, they know how to use that Astra there from Miami, Ohio. And look at Matt 430. You know they got to go KJ again. We got to have the Matt 430 KJ going into this next one. And you know what? These compositions, again, this is exactly what I would expect going into this one.
Oh, absolutely. Especially for Matt 430, they just got to stick with the KJ, considering how well it worked on Ascent. Haven's one of those maps that KJ is pretty much the meta Sentinel pick. So KJ is expected. I would also expect another Sentinel such as Cypher or maybe a Chamber, maybe not as much as of late, but KJ and Cypher absolutely select. But out of those two, it's got to be KJ. And I mean, there's a reason that both of these teams went out and chose her, because she's just so good on every map, and Haven is one of those.
You know what's one thing that I've really found interesting on Haven is that I've seen some teams, you know, of course, bring out Double Controller. Double Controller has been showing up a lot more in the meta, but one thing that I've seen a lot of that I'm just a fan of because it's exciting to watch is a double duelist comp, but using a pseudo duelist like Phoenix or even Neon. You know, a pseudo-duelist, somebody that, you know, can almost provide as much entry as an initiator can. You know, you got Phoenix with the blinds, they have a firewall, you got Neon's wall, you know, you have their utility as well. And you know what? Those compositions, they make for some pretty exciting gameplay.
Attacking side looking to split a little bit more to the C side. This time on the pistol round, Cornell Esports. Let's bring up that stat again. Last week, they won every single pistol round that they played, but they lost both of the games. And so far, they've had a little bit more success than not on the pistol round. Let's see if that can continue. Looks like Miami, Ohio is going to have an easy time getting onto the site, but the more important question, are they going to be able to get this spiked out without losing too much manpower? Banthanor and Lamp says no way, but Matt says yes way, grabbing one for the road. KJ still alive on the Miami side, but they are losing a player as right-click through the smoke from Banthanor's Classic puts Cornell up by 2 players and Spike stranded in the middle of sight.
Right there.
Yeah, the whole time I'm wondering, where's Sova on this play? Sova, you gotta get in there. You gotta jump into the play. As you can see, Fat from the outside, able to get the shot on with the Sheriff, and we'll find 2. Cornell Esports take a pretty dominating pistol round.
We talked about it earlier in the last match, but what is with this team and its pistol rounds? It is so fantastically good, amazingly good. I'm running out of adjectives to add to it. It's just unfathomable. Cornell's pistol rounds are better than anything else in the MEC at this point.
Through my casting, experience, I've gotten to meet a good amount of people. And, when you meet a lot of people, you get new words to use. So a friend of mine from, across the pond by the name of Cairo Casts, I don't know if you've heard of them, but they are a Scottish cast, and they do really well there in EU. And they would say that round was a wee bit scrappy. It's a scrappy pistol round is what he would say.
I guess Scrappy is Cornell's middle name then, because they always find a way to come out on top with them in play. Anti-Eco looks to be going the exact same way. Miami, Ohio, only able to grab 1. Panarin still alive, potential to grab more, as they run away, not wanting to chance it out. C-site is the site of choice for the Astra, though, to get this spike down, but they only have a classic. But they're going to get the frag anyway. Double headshot. It works.
Yeah, that it does. And honestly, again, not too shabby if you're on the side of Miami, Ohio, because now you've gotten 3 elims. So that's going to be a guaranteed forced 3 rebuys for Cornell. So again, it was a win. And Cornell Esports will go up 2-0, but it was an expensive win. They're going to have to rebuy 3 times already going into somewhat of the anti-eco round. Again, it's a little bit of a broken buy, but Miami, Ohio, they're going to come out with all of the rifles as we get ready to head into what could be a bonus round for Cornell.
All 5 rifles, all 5 shields as well. And those 3 frags that Miami, Ohio was able to get in that last round is going to help them tremendously, as there's a couple of players on the Cornell side that cannot buy up. There's a couple of players that aren't even able to buy rifles, period.
Well, here we go. We're getting underway now into round 3. Here on Haven, and you can already see, the concussion went out, wasn't able to land on anybody, though. You got Cable watching around sewers, but the spike is there on C main. Again, we have seen this type of playstyle from Miami, Ohio a lot on Ascent. They love going for these, I can't even call it a split push because they're everywhere. You got 2 on C main, you got 2 by A, and you got this lurky turkey here in mid on B. Out goes the blind, and now look, they tried to run, but Matt couldn't escape Cable.
Flashpoint sometimes the most overpowered, excuse me, I tried to mix the two. Sometimes the most overpowered utility in the game. Sometimes it's not. It's just all about how the Breach Gods want to be with you, and I believe they absolutely play favorites. A site now seems to be the target of Miami, Ohio. They've pretty much abandoned mid and C long. So Cornell Esports going to have to find a way to hold this down. They still got a couple of players that are lurking near the west side of the map, as here comes the push. Here comes the shots from Ataraxi, only able to find 1, as Phantom and Thunder Knight able to team up. Headshot from the Vandal of Fets, not able to land. It's going to leave Banthanor left alone. 1 versus 2, almost full health for both the Miami, Ohio players, and Banthanor has to clutch up.
Well, let's see if they can. Remember, they don't have the Odin in hand, but they do have a Vandal, and they're able to get the elim on Thunder Knight. Now, Banthanor tries to get the final elim, and they will succeed. Banthanor comes in clutch in the 2v1 and gets the bonus round for Cornell Esports.
Denied. Miami, Ohio can't get it done. All the work that they did in the anti-eco to strip the guns away is all for naught. Unfortunate for Miami. Cornell Esports absolutely rolling in it, though. Banthanor had a incredibly slow map 1, but now look at them, 5-1 after 3 rounds, and they're able to get their baby right back. Miami, Ohio, Let's see what they can do with the Sheriff, I guess.
Honestly, I think that's the first bonus round I've seen all weekend. You know, when we're talking about our Valorant matches, it's not too often that you see the 3 rounds straight going in favor of one team or the other. I mean, it's usually, you know, you win the pistol, you win the second, and then you get outgunned in the third. But my goodness, Fett now with the op in hand. Now Cornell flexing a little bit on Miami, Ohio.
Headshots too good, Vandal too good. When you're going up against 5 pistols, sometimes it's just a little bit easy. And I mean, you're not Cornell Esports. You cannot win with the pistols. You are not him. 5 versus 4. And Miami has to figure out a way to salvage this round out because Cornell is not going to let up on the gas. Look at how close the Breach is playing. They're playing all the way up at the top of A long, holding insanely close. The Sheriff's not going to have a chance to make that shot because the Vandal's just going to fire way too fast. One frag goes the back way. Cornell Esports does eventually lose a fight. Fett gets down. No more op for them. Headshot. Banthador has a drop down, and Miami, Ohio now with the advantage.
I don't know how Banthador is still alive. I mean, they took a Sheriff to the dome. They have no health. I mean, I think they're like 1 HP at the moment. But this has been a great pistol round for Miami, Ohio at the start, but now they're kind of losing steam. Look at Matt on the flank. They literally just have to sneeze on Banthador and they will go down. And now a great read from Matt, able to find one, but they could not get the turn on Banthador, as that is going to be now 4 unanswered wins in the favor of Cornell Esports.
Matt, you know you can't peek around while you're looking at a corner. You gotta peek every single angle. Cornell has been a very ratty team. They play some of the angles that you just simply do not expect. Miami, Ohio, just kind of let that slip their mind, specifically Matt. It's all right, though. 4 rounds unanswered. That stops now for Miami, Ohio, or does it? Miami are able to buy up, but Cornell looks to be hell-bent on keeping this streak going.
Yes, I am also a very ratty player. A ratty Caffey, if you will. And you know what? It's a legitimate strat. And if you're good at it, you can definitely make or break any team. As now we are underway in round number 5. And speaking of ratty Cathys, how about a ratty Cathy Cable?
Oh, stunned out from the fault line, but they're still not making any noise. Flashpoint up and at the ready. Side that they're not going to use it, considering Miami, Ohio is not even pushing the east side of the map. They're going over to C. They're going to try it one more time. They are down a player, but I mean, if they can get the jump on them, they might be able to steal this round out. As now, the push comes out, the utility. The flashpoint is the first to go, as well as the recon dart to follow. And C site given up to Miami, Ohio, but the Hunter's Fury is going to not deny, but delay and let the rest of the team get there.
Well, the swarm grenades go out, and Banthador, you know, big difference being made here between Ascent and Haven. Cornell Esports, oh my goodness, they are just making quick work of this Miami, Ohio team, and Banthador leading the way with the Odin. I don't know why the Odin wasn't working on Ascent, but oh my goodness, it is cooking here on Haven.
Really, it really is. They've got yet another one, and right here, no excuses, no anything else. This is a timeout for Miami, Ohio. They cannot wait any longer, and there it is. This is probably the sloppiest we have seen Miami play in a long, long time. They're usually so coordinated, and they're so good at winning the unwinnable rounds. They're good at making rounds winnable, baiting out the players, the defense to peeking in. But this time, Cornell's just not falling for it. Miami, Ohio has to stretch their strategy drastically because Cornell Esports already has 5 rounds in a row on defense on Haven. That is practically unheard of. And Miami, Ohio knows it. That's why they took this timeout. I feel like it was absolutely necessary. If they waited even another round or two, that could have been the end of the game, and we're not even a quarter of the way through.
All right, well, we are at a timeout, so you know it's already time for another question from Captain. It is the Captain question. Captain questions. Okay, who's your favorite agent?
Sova. That was my...
Okay, respect.
Sova was my first agent that I ever played. Like, even in the beta where I did not know what was going on in the slightest, I picked Sova. and I have been a Sova main ever since. I mean, I've kind of floated around with like some Viper and some Astra and some other initiators and Sentinels and all that, but Sova was my go-to guy at the start, and I mean, when I don't know who to play, I will pick Sova. Even now.
That's fair, and that is legitimate. Again, Sova is one of the best initiators in, and honestly, probably has the most, I guess, range. I feel like Sova can, you know, pretty much come through on almost any map and do well. But with that being said, again, just letting you in on my favorite, it is Viper. Love Viper. Viper's my #1 favorite agent. I love everything about Viper. I think they're so cool.
Absolutely valid. Miami going to plant on C site. This will be a 5 vs 5 retake, as that plant will give Thunder Knight the rolling thunder. This could be utilized in a big, big way to keep Cornell off this site.
I mean, they really need a win here. I mean, they called that timeout, and boy, did they need it. But look, they're leaving Astra there to fend for themselves, and they get gunned down. Now they're going to have to play C main. They're going to have to play long. But meanwhile, you do have that KJ racing to Garage. As they go to stick the defuse, they get it to half, and that's really all they needed. Now they can just stick the rest. This should be easy cleanup there, and it will be. Cornell Esports, once again, will get the round win, and also get a firing squad at the end.
Oh my goodness, Cornell Esports playing like a team possessed. Miami, Ohio, they expended 2 ults, 2 of the biggest ults in the game as well, the Hunter's Fury and the Lockdown, just to lose that round out. I mean, sure, they were able to get Cornell completely off the map. They took away all the guns that they had, but they lost another round. Cornell Esports is already halfway to match point, Captain.
They are, and again, this is just the first half, and they're doing phenomenally. Oh my goodness, I'm kind of taken aback, just like the difference between maps #1 and 2. It makes me think that this isn't even the same Cornell team. Like, where was this type of veracity on a set? I mean, they are playing with some authority, and not to mention they're also playing very controlled. Again, you have to have a little bit of a temperament to pull off what they just did, because when we all like to say, we're solid, we don't get shaken, it's easy. Well, I'll let you know right now, Cornell makes it look easy. When you're getting shot in the face with a Hunter's Fury, a little bit of panic sets in. It does for me, because I'm bad, but at the same time, it's really hard to concentrate when you have all that utility, the smokes, the nades, the Hunter's Fury all going around you at the same time, to really focus. And they were able to come through and focus. They got it to half, and that's all they needed to do. They were able to swap one player in for another, and then they just stuck it. They didn't even have to outfrag their enemy. They just had to outplay them.
Astra on the Miami side with just a Phantom. I do not advise doing this, Phantom. You have a Sheriff. Lin 4 has a Phantom, but looks like it won't matter. Rest of the team comes in, pushes them back, and it will be another plant. But the last time that Miami got the plant down, the last couple of times even, they immediately got retook, and they lost the round out. Lin 4 just letting Panarin jump right into the window. Catches one more from the alarm bot. The retake is way too hard. Orbital strike, drawing them off. Banthanor has the shot with the Odin before going down. We got a 1 versus 1. Jet versus KJ, and Fett taps the bomb. Eventually, Matt peaks and wins the fight. Miami, Ohio officially on the board, but that one was a lot closer than Miami, Ohio expected.
I feel like only Matt could have gotten that shot off. Like, that angle was sick, and the reaction time was instant. I'll let you know right now, I'm too old to have a reaction time like that. It doesn't compute. My brain to my hand, there's a delay. It's like a buffering, that little circle that goes round and round and round and round. No, but for Matt, it's straight to the point. That reaction time was sick, and it was a one tap to the head. They didn't waste a bullet. Literally one shot to the dome. Game win, Miami, Ohio.
Round number 8 coming out. A little bit better from Miami, Ohio. That is the first round that they've won, but I mean, you cannot tell me that they have not been shaken up from losing the 6 in a row. As they want to push through sewers, but they're having a really tough time getting through. The Stinger and the Guardian putting up a little bit more pressure and resistance than they expected. Only able to get 2 for 1. We still have Banthanor chilling with the Odin on B site. Miami, Ohio, they get their picks. And they will decide to run to the C site. It is a red carpet as well. The closest player is Banthanor, and there's no way that they're going to be able to run to Garage and get that Odin set up before Miami's there. Oh my god, I didn't even notice the lurk. What a play. Matt just pretty much secured this round.
Spike planted.
Well, down goes the plant. And now time ticking away for Cornell Esports, at least here in round 8. I mean, they still have a sizable lead, and they have a lot of economy. They can afford to go down a round or 2, maybe even 3, and I think they'll still be pretty okay. But for now, you do have Fett, who I think is just going to go for a save here, maybe look for an exit frag.
I mean, it's 1 HP and a dream, but it looks like Fed decided to stay in bed this time because some dreams are not worth chasing. No, that's not true. Always chase your dreams. But in Valorant, if you have 1 HP and you have a good gun, save it. But if you have a dream, if you have a dream job, absolutely go for it. Are you kidding me?
Didn't even get to save the weapon there. That's unfortunate. But Miami, Ohio, that's some good news right there. I mean, Miami, Ohio, they get their second round win on the board.
They didn't even get the ult from that. They're still 3 orbs away.
Ooh.
Are you kidding me? The idea was perfect, but they died to the spike cap. Oh.
Big old face palm, big old ripperoni. Well, here we go now, heading into round 9. And it does look like Miami, Ohio showing up a lot in the kill feed until Cable able to come through, get a cheeky head click with the Sheriff. Uh-oh. Here comes that jet. The blind does go out, and now the blind fire through the smoke isn't enough to put an end to Cable, but does a lot of damage. And finally, they will hut them down, and Autoroxy, they're leading the charge.
Long range, Sheriff. This is where it's comfortable. Through the wall. The wall bangage, I guess, is good enough on the Sheriff to get the job done. Close range, though, Vandal's probably going to win that, especially if it's a headshot. There's no way to survive a Vandal headshot unless you want to get resurrected by the Sage, but there's no Sage even close to the map of Haven. 1 versus 3, and looks like Fett's going to try to do the same thing again. Whatever you do, just do not hide in dark corner in mid. Whatever you do.
Well, here we go. Let's see if they can successfully avoid the danger and Ratty-Cathy their way to getting a free Vandal. I mean, and it's a nice Vandal, too. The Ion Vandal, pretty nice, as you can see.
Top 5 skin.
Top 5? Ooh, okay.
I would say top 5. No, top 10 Vandal.
There's too many skins for me to even begin, coming up with like a top 10, top 5 list. I mean, I don't even buy a lot of skins if it's not in the Battle Pass. I just bought my first skin outside of the Battle Pass, and it was the Xeno Hunter for the Phantom. I
was there for that. That is a good pick, though. That is a very good pick.
It was in my Nightfall, in my defense. I got it for 38% off.
Yeah, that's entirely fair.
We told him not to.
It was the highest. It was the highest Discord. It was the highest discount that I got in the Nightfall, and I couldn't resist.
I was just reminded by Hyper that we told him not to. Wait, never mind. I got thrown for a loop. That's Hyper. That's our producer. Say hi.
Anywho, they did tell me no, but I mean, come on. How often? I gotta hang on. I know we got some good Valorant action going on, so just hold the phone for a moment, okay? How often? And please, I know I'm not the only one that opens up the Nightfall and it's just garbage.
Me every single time, except for the one time I got like Oni Phantom in it. Everything else was trash.
Exactly. So when you actually see a skin you like, and it is like the highest discounted rate in the Nightfall, you gotta scoop it because you know your next Nightfall is gonna go right back to garbage.
Yeah,
so that's my defense.
I can't blame you for that. Back to the Valorant. Miami, Ohio's gone on a solid run. It's got 3 in a row. Cable playing close range, gets 1, 2, no chance for the third. Cosmic Divide blocking this retake, or blocking this defense, I should say, out from the back side of the B site, but Lamp is still able to get some work done on A Link. And Miami, Ohio makes the decision to rotate off of mid and go through Garage. Alarm bot gets triggered, and they're gonna have to run through Lynn's watch. Shots galore, double for Lynn, and we see the medium range Vandal strike again. Neither of them were headshots, just spraying to the body. Sometimes that's just all it takes.
It makes me so sad whenever I see the Cosmic Divide has gone out and then they lose the round, because it's literally Valorant timing, but for the ultimate. Because you know, they're using the Cosmic Divide at a very good time, but then it's unfortunate because then, you know, their teammates just lose random frags. They lose random, just absolutely random gun battles, and then they go down, and then all of a sudden the Cosmic Divide is just wasted.
Yeah, in my as not an Astra main, but a pretty common Astra player, it's sad when I see a Cosmic Divide that does not get utilized to its full potential.
Here we go. We got, and again, somewhat of an interesting push here. You have the spike there over there towards C main by their lonesome. Meanwhile, you have the rest of the team literally just stacking over towards A, and the majority of which look like they're heading towards sewers. And now finally the spike is coming through out of Roxy into sewer. Going to be taking their time. And again, Cornell Esports being oh so patient, as now the lockdown will go out.
This should, I repeat, should be really good for Miami, Ohio. Unfortunately for the push, there is a Cable on the flank, but the timing might honestly get them. Cable is playing an angle that is not so sweet. They're able to find one, but there is the Sova right behind them. Panarin grabs the frag. Thunder Knight, oh no, Lamp gets phantomed. The dink, not enough to get the frag, and Thunder Knight survives with just 10 HP. Swarm Grenade gonna stay on that spike, delay as much as possible. Miami, Ohio has a one-man advantage. How can Len 4 and company win this fight out? Looks like they're not gonna be able to. Close range with the Vandal. It's just a little bit better for Matt's side. Spike sound speed up, and that will ultimately be it for Fett. They're going to run away, save the Vandal, or the Phantom, whichever one they had. And look at the chase. Panarin trying to get there, but they're just going to perish to the spike.
Feels bad, but you know what? I gotta tell you, Miami, Ohio, they have definitely kind of turned this first half around. I mean, if they can win out here and go into the second half with a 7-5 split, that is not bad. That is not a bad half, especially for a map that you didn't pick. So again, this is going to be interesting. You know, I mean, 8-4 is still not bad either, but considering that they were down 6-0. Coming back and finishing the half 7-5, that's not bad.
That's a really good show of endurance and stamina. But my problem is on Haven. If this would be definitely all right if it was on something such as Ascent or Split, where it's a more defender-sided map. But we're on Haven. We're on, I believe, the most attacker-sided map. No, the second most attacker-sided. No, it's the most attacker-sided map in the game. Yeah, I would 100% agree with you if it were Ascent or Split, but it's Haven. There's 3 sides. There's so much room for the attackers to work with. To let yourself get down by 6 in the first half without getting a single round, that is a scary sight. So even if it's 7-5 at the half, it definitely shows the endurance of Miami, Ohio, and the will to keep fighting. But I would have wanted a lot more from the first half.
Be faster.
Oh,
let's see if Miami, Ohio can finish strong. I mean, Autoroxy already gets gunned down from the jump, and out goes the blind from the breach, but they will get gunned down in kind. Cable goes down in mid, and the spike is lingering over towards attacker spawn, and you can see they're poking around garage, but that's where all that KJ utility is.
And 4 Shift walking, getting close in the corner.
Alarm bot down.
Waiting for the push of Miami, Ohio. Alarmbot going to be shot down as the swarm grenades will get activated, keeping the Miami, Ohio push at bay. Faye doing the same thing, holding close. Not necessarily a crossfire, but just making it to where it's hard to cross through the doorway. And Matt's looking at the wrong angle. They cross through, but Fett gets the better of him. However, the A site is wide open. They're going to get this plant down. Not quite easily, though. We got Lamp holding out the Hunter's Fury.
Oh no, they got the stem beacon down with the Odin, and that is going to be a massive spray and a barrage of bullets, as it will be Cornell Esports who are able to take the first half 8-4, looking really dominant here on Haven.
We're going to have to see a defensive masterclass come out from Miami, Ohio. I was going to say Ohio Northern, but that is a different team from Ohio.
Yes, it is.
No. I'm talking about Miami, Ohio. We need to see a lot better defense than offense of what we saw in the first half. And I would say that I would argue that the composition does favor Miami a little bit. It's a little more defender-sided, which, I mean, that might have been what they were playing for. Let Cornell kind of get away with their defender-sided because they know that they can win it out on defense, considering they have the Astra and the KJ. We talked about the synergy between them as well. The Sova is definitely going to be a problem for them with the Astra. Let's just hope, for their sake, that they're able to make the job work and get it done.
Well, I mean, we've already seen Cornell put on what you would call a masterclass on the defense. And I think if Cornell can do it, you know, Miami, Ohio are just as capable. So let's see if they can put on that defensive masterclass. Because believe it or not, hey, and I'm telling you, believe it or not, but it's true, there was a point in time where Haven was actually defender-sided. Now, again, times change. Things change. Maps change. Maps do change. I mean, look at Breeze. But the point is that, you know, again, it's that pendulum. So, I mean, it can be done, is the point that I'm trying to make. This defensive masterclass can be done for Miami if they really buckle down.
Ataraxi has 3 kills. And eventually everyone else drops on Cornell's side. Lamp has a 1 versus 3, staring them down. Shock darts coming out, delaying the push. The headshot from the Ghost will end this round out. The pistol goes the way of Miami, Ohio, able to keep 3 players alive while doing it. Fantastic start. And surprisingly, Cornell Esports doesn't come out and dominate the pistol round completely.
Well, there you have it. I mean, Cornell Esports, who are famed for coming through in pistol rounds, they lose the pistol round here in the second half. Pretty surprising, but now you can see Miami, Ohio are able to start off on the right foot. And if you are going to make a comeback, you know, it's better to get it started sooner rather than later. So again, Miami, Ohio in the second half, they're starting off with the right foot forward.
Hard rush through the sewers. Spectre gets 1 frag. Banthanor somehow takes down Ataraxi, but look at Thunder Knight. Just waiting and spraying and just killing everyone that Cornell has to offer. Leaving Lin 4 in the 1 versus 4 with just the classic. There's no shield. There's a little bit of utility, but, I mean, for a clutch scenario, KJ is probably a bottom 5 agent that I would want to have.
Unless it's Matt, I'm sorry. Unless it's Matt 430.
Unless it's Matt, but that's just because Matt is goated.
Yeah, I was about to say, I'm not trying to say, you know, KJ diff, but, like, we have seen some pretty insane clutch plays from Matt, and, like, things I thought that I would honestly never see from a KJ. So, yeah, I mean, you're pretty much right. There's not going to be any miracles happening here, as Miami, Ohio now bring their deficit within 2. Not bad, but this is going to be the big difference maker here, because you got to remember, Cornell Esports in the first half got a bonus round. They won 3 unanswered, actually, a total of 4 unanswered. No, 6. It was like 6 unanswered wins. So Miami, Ohio, if they're gonna try and really make a comeback, this bonus round would honestly just set them up for a full-on comeback.
If they're able to win this round out, that would be unbelievably influential on the flow of this game. And I mean, look at this Cable pushing up, using the ego, not to their advantage, but rather to their disadvantage. Fett, oh my goodness, they're stepping on each other's toes. The Cornell offense is falling apart at the seams right now. Fett barely gets away with that frag. Miami, Ohio is playing so much calmer and collected. Fett survives, but Cornell is looking really shaky. They're going to get the spike on down at C, but Miami, Ohio is still coming really hard as Ataraxi grabs a double.
And now it's a 1v2. It's still winnable. You know, time definitely not on this side. The spike is taking away, but Thunder Knight managed to pick up a Phantom. And you know what? This is just going to be tough because, again, it's they're on the breach, and they manage to get Banthanor out. But Lind 4, that KJ clutch factor showing up now for Cornell Esports as they manage to put an end to the bonus round. But now, Miami, Ohio, they're going to be able to buy up, and we're going into the... Well, not the bonus. We're going into the rifle round.
That we are. We did have a close bonus round. That's going to help out Miami, Ohio a lot as they stripped away 4 guns. The only gun that Cornell was able to keep was the Odin from Banthanor, and I'm assuming it found its way back to its owner's hands. Miami, Ohio has a fantastic chance to win this round and get the momentum right back in their pocket. Now, if they play this right, though, this could be the start of the end.
Well, we already see some jiggle peaks going there on to C main, but the rotation coming through in kind. Shift walking, though, not a very quick rotation, as we refer to as the slow row. That's the slow rotation there. A very good strat. Let's see if it pays off for Cornell Esports as they make their way back to sewer on A.
Miami, Ohio, unfazed by it. They haven't seen a lot of action just yet, but they are not pushing up. They're not overextending. They're not really even extending that much, period. They are waiting for the first contact to come out from Cornell. They're the attackers. They know they do not have to make a move. In comes the utility. Out comes the jet dash. Fett swings around, able to grab the frag, though. Thunder Knight has a double kill. Able to even us up at a 3 versus 3 before Lind 4 takes Panarin down. Miami, Ohio with a 1-man disadvantage, but the breach is very low.
Now that was an insane lurk there, and it paid off well. Now you got Cable from down low. They're low, and they try to get the head click, but they couldn't land the shot again. You could see up there, Matt was just being a little bit too mobile, jiggling all around, and now, finally, they put an end to Cable, but you got to remember, Lind 4 is still up and kicking and has the Nano Swarm onto Spike. I'm wondering if they were able to already, put an end to it. Oh, they nearly got the 2K, but Phantom was able to get the final elim and the win. A much-needed win for Miami, Ohio.
These teams are going round for round. It is blow for blow right now. 1v1 for 1v1, if you will. But now, the dust has settled, Captain. Look at the economy for Cornell Esports. They're out of money. They have completely run out of lawyer money. They've been getting bailed out by the one and only Saul, but they're out of lawyer money, Cap. They've got to go down a peg, and they have to bring in the weak guns. Miami, Ohio does not have to worry about that at all. They are completely fine. It's 5 rifles for them, and Cornell is in shambles. They're going to try to rush on, but Banthanor almost takes some damage from their own ult. Thunder Knight has a double kill. Fett stuck in a really rough spot, and everything just goes wrong for Cornell. Lind 4 needs to clutch up in a 1 versus 4. And they're only able to grab 1. Impressive that they honestly managed to hit those shots with the Frenzy. But that's all the Frenzy's good for. 1 and done. I'm not seeing too many clutches with it. And now we have another timeout. And let's hear some of the banter.
Oh yeah, this is...
What is it this time?
Well, you see, it's actually interesting because, whenever I get to, cast with Beautiful Crow, who y'all are going to see later, it's what I like to call the Captain and Crow show. But this time it's going to be the Captain and Tucker show during the timeout intervals. Because, again, we got to get a little bit of a break. We got to have some fun. And you know what? I gotta ask you, okay, we've already just discussed our favorite maps. We talked about our favorite weapons, our favorite agents. Now I got to ask, what is the worst map in Valorant? What is the one that you just can't stand?
It's not that I really can't stand them. It's just that when I play them, I do terrible on. I want to say it's probably Split or Bind. Nothing against those maps. I personally love watching and casting them. I love watching and playing, or love watching and casting all of the maps, but playing specifically, that's what we're going to talk about. Split and Bind, I just cannot do. Something gets in my brain, and I always underperform, and I don't know why, but it really upsets me, and it makes me angry, and I don't want to play them ever again.
For me, it's Fracture. Fracture has always been a pain in my tuchus. It's just...
That's fair.
It's a real pain, and I will admit, I have to admit, the reworks they did on Fracture actually did make it better. I mean, it improved, but at the same time... that's not a hard thing to accomplish. Fracture was just such a pain. So like any changes being made to Fracture would have been an improvement. So again, yeah, that's one of the maps that just irked me the wrong way. Meanwhile, we're back in the action here on Haven, and look at the exchange, the trades. This is just a full-on team deathmatch on to see. In Miami, Ohio, come out on top, and again, Tucker, we have a tie game.
Despite the timeout, despite the early aggression from Cornell, the quick trip run on to the C site, Miami, Ohio was able to win it out. A double kill from Panarin and a double kill from the Astra as well. Unbelievable scenes here from Miami, Ohio. As this is 9-9, round number 19 going in. This is the chance for Miami, Ohio to take the lead. And look at the economy again. They're once again out of lawyer money. They're waiting for the check to hit, but there's nothing. They only have stingers, inspectors, and little bitty guns.
Well, they are getting halted there by the Nano Swarm, and now you can see Matt able to come away with a 2K. And again, using that utility to just stall them out. Lind 4 now, operating from within the garage, does have the stinger in hand, just trying to spray and pray. And this is somewhat of a cheeky cosmic divide there. I don't even think they really needed that. I think you might have preferred to actually save that, other than maybe Miami, Ohio really started feeling confident here and really wanted that flawless somewhat to make a statement. Is now Miami, Ohio, despite their start, they are the first to hit the double digits.
Here.
6-0, all thrown down the drain. Miami, Ohio is on the verge of securing themselves a dub. They reached double digits first. They're just 2 rounds away from match point, 3 rounds away from completely shutting down everything Cornell had to offer. And the first half was so amazing. Cornell Esports, what happened?
Well, it's not over yet. We are now going into round number 20. Cornell Esports looking to equalize, but a Troxy! Or Autoroxy, I'm sorry, I'm all over the place. Autoroxy through the smoke gets the cheekiest 3K. And now only one player remains. Lamp has to come through and clutch up. Out goes the Aldrone. Okay, there you go. We're starting to level the playing field here. It's 2v1, still winnable. Lamp goes down to Thunder Knight, and oh my word, Miami, Ohio just went full. I don't even know. They played offense just now on defense. That was insane.
I mean, it's an attacker-sided map, so you know what you can do. Just play attacker. There's nothing technically stopping you from playing super defensive besides your own mind and that it's not a good idea. But sometimes, just because it's a bad idea does not mean that it won't work. Example A, example B, example C. We see it quite a bit. And now it's excuse me. It's up to the last couple of rounds for Cornell to save this out. If Miami, Ohio win this out, then they're going to have the eco advantage going into match point, and that should be the end of this game unless Cornell can make a miracle happen. Ataraxi tries a wall bang shot. They get pretty close, but no cigar. Cornell Esports not going to try their luck anymore with A. They're gonna fall back and regroup.
Loving the default skin, by the way. It's actually been a really long time since I've seen a default operator skin. And it's not a flex by any means. You know, most people just have really good skins, a lot better than mine. Meanwhile, Thunder Knight using the skins to get the wins as they find a 2K, and now Lamp also finds one. And once again, Lamp is the lone survivor. 22 health in a dream. They'll get gunned down. Miami, Ohio are on match point.
The fall from Gase of Cornell has got to be unmatched. This round is for everything in the series. Miami, Ohio is one round off of a 2-0 sweep. And to think it started off with Cornell Esports up by 6. It was a 6-0 scoreline at the quarter way of this match. 6 rounds in, everything was going the way of Cornell Esports. And all of a sudden, the side switch, and we are getting a defensive masterclass from this Miami, Ohio side.
And like you said, that's what they needed to bring. And oh my goodness, have they brought it? I mean, it's not over yet. This is still a very close game. I mean, there's 3 rounds. That is definitely doable. We have seen Cornell Esports literally go 6 rounds unanswered. They can do 3, but Matt now in Garage going to put this round early into their favor. Thunder Knight now getting one onto Lamp. And it is just looking worse and worse for Cornell in Miami, Ohio, putting on that masterclass, find another frag, until finally Cable able to get one of their own.
Miami wants to put this to bed, and I mean, they're reading it a bedtime story. They're tucking it into bed. It's all up to the kiss on the cheek. 1 versus 3. Cable trying to survive. Stay away from the big lips. What a shot from Cable to stay alive in this game. They have a red carpet to the A site. Rolling Thunder going to get utilized. Push the Astra away and up the stairs, but they've got to plan it out, and they've got to hold it away for as long as possible. What the lockdown from Matt 430 should be the end of this game, but no, the flashpoint is perfectly placed. You've got to clear the top angle. Heaven's gonna get the last kill, and it's the angel above that sends them home. The game is put to bed. Good night, Sweet Prince, and good night, Cornell Esports. 2-0 in favor of Miami.
Wow. Just wow. And honestly, I was expecting the ace to come through just now on Cable. I am blown away. I'm surprised that they did not check Heaven. It didn't feel like they checked it one time, and considering that Rolling Thunder, I'm not gonna say all it did, because again, it was a well-placed Rolling Thunder. It was a good prediction, but at the same time, all it really did was just push Astra literally to the stairs to go to Heaven. So you would think that's where you're gonna look. You know, that's where the Rolling Thunder was headed. You might want to follow it. Regardless, though, what a game. Oh my goodness. And again, the scoreline doesn't do it justice. 2-0, like, come on. Like, that's not how I'm going to remember this game. I'm going to remember it as a 6-0 deficit. The comeback story. I mean, again, just, oh, I can't believe it. That was insane. And all on the defense, too. Again, we talk about how, you know, like Havens, it's offensive sided, which it is. There's 3 site maps. I'm sorry, there's 3 site plants where you can go and plant the spike. And still, both of these teams just absolutely popped off on the defensive side.
Yeah, this was a complete and utter defensive masterclass both ways around. But I mean, Ohio simply showed their way and their will. They showed that they had more grit, more firepower, and they showed that they were the better team today. Cornell had a fantastic start, but Miami was able to regroup. They didn't let that get them too down. They had a couple of moments where their morale was at a pretty low point, but in the end, they pushed through, they persevered, they improvised, and they overcame, and they specifically steamrolled their way through that second half to get the dub.
And you know what? I really feel bad, for the next group of casters, for the next matchup, because this is going to be one tough act to follow. I got to tell you again, this was absolutely insane. But you know what? We're going to take a quick short break because we're not done here just yet. We're going to have an interview with Autoroxy right after this break. You're not going to want to miss it.
And welcome back, everyone, to the MEC Valorant stream on the Unified channel. It's still Tucker and Atsoka. We are joined by a guest, Miami University of Ohio player, Autoroxy. Autoroxy, you just came off of a pretty nail-biting 2-0 victory. How do you feel?
We're feeling pretty good. We definitely just had to make sure the vibes and our mental was straight. We have our IGL Phantom, and he always is pretty static. He's never really changing emotions, and it's really nice to feed off of that. We're able to just stay straight, trying to get the 13-0 or just 2-0. Yeah.
Yeah, so you know what? I gotta ask you, Autoroxy. One thing that we notice is that Cornell, they're pretty gifted when it comes to getting pistol rounds. Even before they played you guys, normally, whenever they go through a matchup, they get a lot of these pistol rounds. I gotta ask you, what do you think really gives them the edge in the pistols, and how were you able to actually overcome that?
I do gotta say, when you definitely lose a pistol round, it definitely can go south pretty quick. And Cornell is pretty good. If you notice during the stream, they're able to really transition around the map really well. We're really uncoordinated when it comes to pistols. We just hope that hero play happens. But I don't really know how we come back from it. But honestly, the only thing I could say is just our mental is just always straight on.
Yeah, and speaking of comebacks, we have got to talk about it felt, if I'm not mistaken, please correct me, but at one point, was it a 6-0 deficit that y'all managed to come back from onto Haven? That is insane. What was going through your team's minds? What was the conversation like when it came to trying to really turn that game around?
So I think it was pistol. It was 8-4. We're on defense. And funny thing is, the round starts with I think one of the teammates says that they have to get off really quick, and I didn't really know why. But you hear like a girl in his background, and then we just cracked like a joke, and it just kind of just shoot like it just shot up. It just shot up like the vibes. We were on like good vibes. So I think we're just a really vibey team. It's just we're obviously playing to win, but we're just playing to have fun. And I feel like that's the mental that got us to come back and have a 6-round deficit.
That's crazy. So the success to Valorant, the key is to just pass the vibe check. Okay,
Yeah.
Duly noted.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, vibes over everything. What I like to say, Ataraxi, thank you for your time. Once again, congratulations on your win. Is there anyone you want to shout out or just anything you want to get off your chest? You're free to.
Oh, I probably want to shout out Phantom, Matt 430, Thunder Knight, Panarin, Adamonte. Just shout out Miami Team White. We like to call ourselves the Whites, but yeah, I'd like to shout out the Whites.
All right, Ataraxi, thank you for your time. Best of luck in the playoffs, my good friend.
You guys have an amazing day.
Thank you. Captain, we had a fantastic time here. First matchup of the day. We are done, but there's more Valorant to be played, so make sure you do not go anywhere. We got more casters coming in. It's Crow and Mechatronic coming in. Is that right, Cap?
Yes, that's what it looks like. It's going to be none other than Beautiful Crow and Mechatronic to bring you all the Valorant action. So don't you go anywhere. We got some 2 new beautiful faces coming your way right here at the Midwest Esports Conference.
Unified welcomes you to the following presentation of the Midwest Esports Conference. Here at the MEC, we partner with schools all over the Midwest to create premier gaming experiences.
The most common angles that the operator plays. This is like second to only B long. Fight is likely having a leg shot, but they're too slow. Hariri lands a perfect headshot.
Laying in the damage, shooting them on out. Going into A4, look at Sake. Laying in the middle,
Sake?
laying in the damage. Going in, revenge for their honey.
No way!
Way taller. Sake Wabe gets the quadra kill.
That was
So it kind of sounds fun, so I'll give it a chance. And then we end up playing in high school the next 2 years together. We've been playing ever since. So he kind of taught me the game. We've been playing on a team since then, and then now we're in college, so we can't play together anymore.
We do love all the players, even the ones we shit talk. We love you all. We love you all.
Body Pluto looking for the plank. Trickster waiting, maybe looking for the steal. Pluto has his engaged. The scatter of the week comes through. Watch Levi though. Levi hasn't been touched just yet, but the damage is coming through. The melt line gets melted. Jinkwall on a killing spree, and all of Ottawa goes down.
Why? Those don't go in. It goes off the sidebar.
Starting to come out. The flash is popped. The Rolling Thunder is utilized to perfection. And now it's all on Thiessen, but Thiessen just keeps on going.
This fall, we are proud to bring you Valorant and Super Smash Bros. Valorant will be 8 teams, single round robin with a double elimination playoff. Smash will be 6 teams, double round robin with a 4-team single elimination playoff. Welcome to the MEC. Enjoy the show.
Welcome everybody. Happy Saturday it is to be with more MEC Valorant action here. I'm Beautiful Crow, joined by the wonderful MEC. We're gonna cover a few more series today to round out the day, and I hope you're ready because I've been told this is gonna be entertaining.
Yeah, so we have one series today. It's Southern. Here's the thing. I looked at it. University versus Ohio Northern University. A true David and Goliath here. Ohio Northern, top of the table, already locked playoffs. Southern Baptist University has 1 win because the other team forfeit. So it's going to be a little bit of a tough battle for Southwest Baptist. I think that's a good place to put it. We have map bans. We'll get into map. Second. You got anything that you want to, any advice you want to give to the Southwest Baptist folks before we get into this?
A tough battle is putting it mildly, my friend. But yes, absolutely, it's the David versus Goliath type scenario, uphill battle, blah blah blah, fighting off a horde of zombies with a butter sock and a prayer. It's just like. It's they got to do what they got to do to get the dub, and on their best day, I believe they can take a few rounds off, but it's just really a matter of how much will they be able to get consecutively to push them all the way through, and actually get I hate to say a legitimate win, but like actually get a win in their column.
Yeah, so you see the lineups on your screen right now. ONU on the left, Southwest Baptist on the right. These teams are going to be a little intense here. If we just so we're making sure that everyone's on the same level of like expectations. This is kind of considered a win if Southern Baptist gets like 6 rounds on each map. And I'm not trying to be mean. It's just look at the standings. They are just, it is top of the table, have not lost a game, whole deal. Bottom of the table, have only won just because they had to be, because it was mathematically impossible. Yeah.
Yeah.
The problem is like I don't have like a huge amount to say about what's gonna happen before we see it, because it's just on its own here. So we can see the map bans in front of us. Haven, Ascent, and Split ish are what we've got here on the play chart. Again, we'll be surprised if we get towards Split. But we've seen a lot of Haven the last couple of weeks. We haven't seen a lot of Ascent.
Yeah, I mean, it's so funny because I remember yesterday I was watching Ascent, and like we've seen a tiny bit of Ascent in some cases, but most of the time it's always like saved for the decider, and like we rarely have gotten a full decider in a lot of these series. So I'm excited to go back to it because I actually still very much have a lot of love for Ascent. Oh, so sorry. Being in the map pool, and it's just like it sometimes allows for the most shenanigans possible on a map, and it's gonna be exciting.
It's the mirage of Valorant maps.
Oh yeah, that's a really good comparison. Actually, yeah, I love that.
It's always around.
It's always around.
It's always around. It feels exactly the same. There's a catwalk on both maps.
Yeah, you may be onto something.
And they both suck.
Yeah. And
thank you, producer Grant. They both suck.
I enjoy them thoroughly, but yeah, it's like it's not my first choice, but it's not my last.
No, it's no Sunset.
Absolutely,
it's really no Sunset.
Give us more.
But this
Sunset.
is the game.
Yeah,
this is Haven.
Yeah.
I need an over/under bet before we like really start here.
Oh god, an over/under already. Okay.
Yeah. How many Odins are getting bought? I don't know if you caught.
Oh my god.
Our colleagues were taking the morning bit on the
Yeah, they
today.
did. Yeah, they got the legend himself, Big Banth.
Yeah, so Banthanor was playing in that game, and well, the two of us just kind of looked at our Discord and saw memes coming through from last week's Banthanor match.
Yep.
So it seems that the Odin has been alive and well today. So the question is, will it be alive and well on this map of Haven?
That is a wonderful question.
I think it's one of the best questions we could be asking right now.
I feel like we have to save the Odin question for Ascent more so than Haven.
You'd think, but in the last couple of weeks.
Fair. As we look at these compositions, a little bit of a mirror. I'm really liking this chamber pick here. I'm expecting a lot of fun for this. Like, I'm glad people are sticking with him, even though he's not as dominant as he was, prior to the literal gutting of the champion or the agent rather. He's still pretty fun.
Here's the thing about Chamber is he will always have a place in the meta.
Yeah.
As a aggressive sentinel, and the ability to use an op as comparative half the cast is a different thing.
That makes sense. Okay, I dig what you're saying. Okay, Southwest Baptist. Let's see how many they can get. If they can do the nigh impossible and get themselves a win here. Or so higher Northern, they're just going to continue that dominance.
Yeah, we'll see them get into it. I do like the Killjoy.
Yeah.
Killjoy is, I think, is a fun pick for both sides. You can use a lot of Killjoy over on B. Put the turret up and just kind of have it sentry over mid. You could put it towards A. You could use the Killjoy in a lot of different ways here, but it seems that the group looks like they want to go A, at least to start out here. Haven gonna peek. Oh, what a nice little shot by Saf.
Okay.
Ohio Northern on the front foot to start. Kangs with the follow-up back on Saf. Flames trading the kills out real quick. Another one on Flames.
Oh, good job.
The plant is going down.
Well, yep, that's Flames for you. Gonna go ahead and jump in there. Always with the Ghosty, too.
Big Ghost fans.
Ooh.
I know where the last one is. They're gonna take a couple shots, and Impotens grabs the last two.
Alright, now we know Ohio Northern with any sort of semblance of credits in their pocket are going to go for a buy immediately.
Yeah, the Vandal's already out on Flames.
Yeah, it's already out. He said, let's go. Let's just get this moving. Chop, chop.
Want to get moving and schmoving, man.
Absolutely.
He's trying to play a game on his little Game Boy here. Side of his Ghost. Alright, looks like the entirety of the attacking team is looking to go B. See if it bears any fruit. It seems that there's just okay. That's disgusting. I'm so sorry, Eclipse, that you had to. That's.
Yeah, that's yeah.
That's just one of those moments that you get. All right, Secrets with a 3K in the round. Epitens is a round you don't expect much more to happen than what, well, did, right? Weapons better for the entire Ohio Northern side. Southwest Baptist and a little bit of a rep economically after the pistol loss. So we'll see the Vandals get bought through here. Looks like Eclipse will be rocking that Spectre. A couple players on Ohio Northern, though, do have the Vandals. I do see a Marshall, though, on Kyle. Very interested in that Marshall. If I remember correctly, Kyle's actually kind of cracked with the
Kyle's
Marshall.
kind of cracked. Yeah, no, that's basically an op in his hands. The way he handles that thing is we're gonna get started on it. Okay, 2 up, Ohio Northern. Sunset trying to hold down Seaside, but nah, there's a storm coming his way, and he's opting to say, hey guys, can y'all help me out real quick? I'm scared. So Secret's gonna go and get that plant down.
Sunset really emptied half a clip and said, nope,
I'm out. Yep, no, good. I'm gone.
He even had the rendezvous like ready to rock.
Right? Yeah, exactly. He actually managed to get the takedown onto Kyle, though.
Yeah, he does. Saf with the trade, though, onto Eclipse. Haven and Saf keep running at it. Ohio Northern and Southwest Baptist each at 3 alive. So Southwest Baptist seems to be looking to have the site retaken. Secrets will have just been spotted. But it doesn't matter. The Ghost comes through.
No
grabs the kill
way.
to Sunset. And Flames with Ghost. Takes down Fibs to end the rounds. Ohio Northern up 3-0.
Okay, the fact that both Secrets and Flames ended that round with their Ghost and getting complete wonderful headshots, absolutely insane. Maybe
you don't want to spray a Spectre at that range.
Yeah, I mean...
well, actually, wait. Ghost, Secrets had a Vandal.
Yeah. Secrets had a Vandal. That's what I'm saying. I'm like, he TP'd, repositioned, switched to the Ghost, and got a one-tap headshot.
That's just... well... You know, a one-tap headshot, and the fact that he missed the first 3 shots and then got the headshot. But yeah.
Like, the man is being funny today, I guess.
Oh, I think Kang's actually may have just gotten spotted here. He's definitely been spotted now. A couple shots through towards Secrets. 1 kill onto Kang's. 2 kills onto Kang's. Kyle gets taken down, and Haven goes through. Southwest Baptist up in the round now. 4 kills with Kang's taking down Epitens.
Oh my goodness. Okay, Kang's is... clearly took that last round personally, is doing his best job to get something on the board for Southwest Baptist. Saf will win the 1v1 here. The lone survivor. I mean, but if there's anyone to get a 1v4, you know.
Could be Saf.
Could be Saf.
It could be Saf. He's looking to try and make his way into this main room at the top of A long. Spike is all the way at the bottom towards sewer, so he's got a lot of angles to clear in order just to get anywhere. And they have a general idea where he is. He's kind of pinned in. Staff's gonna... Okay, he just goes right through the wall into Kangs. He's got 2 kills now in. Haven's down. Eclipse is right in front of him. He's got the 4K. And the only player left is the other Killjoy, who only has the classic.
Oh
there are
my
weapons.
God.
There are weapons that the Killjoy can pick up. Staff is concerned about in front of him, but has not totally concerned himself with the flank yet. That Killjoy ultimate will come through. It has locked down the area.
He only has 4 HP, though. That's the scariest thing about the situation. It has to be completely unseen for this to work.
He's thinking about sewer. He has an idea. He sees the arm and he does get it! That's the 1v5 for Saf!
Oh my god! 4 HP, holding his breath, gritting his teeth, standing his ground. Just when it looked like Southwest Baptist got a round in their pocket and a win on their board, Saf decides to become a superhero.
It's not a 1v5, that's a Saf v5 right there.
Absolutely
no business
insane.
winning that round.
No business.
That first shot onto Kangs. Kangs the hero to get them to get them in the round, right? 3 kills, 2 with the sheriff and 1 with the Vandal. Just headshot him right through the edge of the wall and then able to take down Heaven real quick. Sunset's gonna try and see if he can take down the hero of the last round, Saf, but no shot connects. Double HP taken off. Saf, another shot towards him, and it misses.
No.
Sunset's been taken down to 22 HP, and he hasn't even used an ability yet.
Oh no. That's a feels bad moment if I have ever seen one.
Saf's on a heat check here.
Yeah.
Saf's trying to see if he's invincible.
Right. Holy crap. Okay. Kyle gonna go and get that plant down. Now, yeah, this is a party on C site. Southwest Baptist wants nothing to do with this.
Oh, Sunset.
Sunset.
Such a bang
Wait,
shot.
he could, and he does.
Right onto Flames is the first one. And there could be more. There's low health players in that area. Run it back is out already, so Sunset will take down Epitons, and Saf is gone down. Kangs had some true issues with that last round. He wanted the
Secrets?
clutch. Secrets is on top of that. He's got one, he's got two, he's got three!
No way! He's still alive, looking for 4.
He knows. He has information. He understands. He's playing the game. Bunch of shots ring out, trying to just trip him up.
That's all he's doing is just stalling time. He knows it doesn't matter. He knows he did his job and he did it well.
And Tibbs dies at the end of the round too.
Oh my god. Ohio and Northern are literally just, as the saying goes, styling on these kids. Because what in the world? That's 2 rounds in a row where Southwest Baptist definitely had the round won, but just one little interaction completely flips it on its head.
Ooh. Okay, so first we have the Saf V5, then we have Secrets getting 3 from sitting in his own smoke on top.
Literally in the middle of the site.
And so quick, both of those rounds are so good for Southwest. Oh, Kang's going to take down Kyle, and Haven takes down Flames, but we've seen here what Ohio Northern can do with a numbers disadvantage on their side.
It's like they welcome it. They're like, all right, that's fine.
They play better win down.
They're trying to handicap themselves and just like take off a knee, like just take off a leg.
Staring at each other here.
You know, just yeah. Oh my god.
This is just some BM.
This is beautiful. It's a little dance. Okay, I don't know about that.
This is a little BM. I think it's a little BM from Ohio Northern.
Yeah, I mean it's tasteful though, at least, you know. He literally led him to his death.
Well, it was Human Shield, I think. Is what
okay, it was a Human Shield. Got you. Preventative measures, we'll call it.
Yeah, so Secrets is out already. He's out top mid. He knows Sunset's there. Takes Sunset down. Oh my goodness. Saf's just looking to see if anyone comes through Link. He's been smoked off by his teammate, but it's okay. That part doesn't matter. Sees one come through. A couple shots go through onto Haven.
Enemy remaining.
Haven down. It's also the map. 2 different Havens here. And Secrets takes down the 3rd and 5th. They're making it look easy.
They really are. Okay. We said, hey, look, we said it's going to be a hard fight for Southwest Baptist to get anything from Ohio Northern, and it's definitely proven to be the case here. Is 6-0.
The worst part here is that normally in a David versus Goliath match here, right? I would think, oh, Goliath gives absolutely no inches of space towards David, right? Ohio Northern is just going to play this as normal as possible to make sure, like, hey, we're not doing anything dumb, right? Whole deal. Ohio Northern's gotten themselves into many terrible situations and just kind of figured out how to get out of them. As Sunset misses, that's his 3rd op shot down long that he's missed. Gangslow has been having himself a game. He's got another opener into Kyle. Impotence takes the trade quickly as the run it back.
Oh my god.
Run it back was not used. There's no
not used. No. Yeah, that was just him straight raw dogging it in, man. He was just going for it.
They're just going.
Yeah. Muscling their way onto the site again because they know Southwest Baptist cannot contest. They just don't have the ability to clutch it up, even though like it's a 3v4, sure, and you would assume it'd just be even, but because of the players, if you took off the player names, you'd be like, oh yeah, this could, you know, it could be winnable for them. But
probably like there is a definite winnable ability to it. But with Saf and Impotence are just walking in, right? Like Impotence just walked right into the site.
Literally just questioning. It reminds me of a certain producer, singer, superstar that has left us in this world. One of the greatest minds ever to grace music, in Rick James. To give him a quote, "Nice place." Which is how that's how it's working. Just nice place. Kick in the door, put the feet up on the couch, you know. It's whatever.
I'm pretty sure that's just an It's Always Sunny episode. All right, we'll see about Saf trying to. Can Saf do what Sunset can't? The optic towards long. Amperton's lining up the hot hands here. Molotov going to go through. It's going to hit closer towards the entrance. And seems that Secret's already in through. Kyle's got one in sewers. And the site's just theirs already. It's been 20 seconds into the round, and it's gone. Secret smokes out. Paranoia through. Teleport tries to get out, but can't do it. Sunset does take Secrets down with the shorty. Saf's coming in on the flank here, and the problem is the Southwest Baptist is so cornered up in the heaven area.
Yep, and Flame's gonna go. He says, no, it's nighttime. Drops that Sunset, and yeah, that's just another one. 8-0 for O and U.
I don't know if you saw there, Kyle, like, looking to figure out. It's like, oh, I wonder if a recon dart will work here. He's just thinking about it. He's unsure what he wants to do.
He has insurance policy with his team, you know? He's just like, he's allowed to play a little bit loosey-goosey because his squad is just so good.
Right here.
Yeah.
Right here.
All right. Well, 8-0 right now. Ohio Northern taking this match by storm. Even let's see what he can get done. He's got one with the knives. And then the screen goes black. Now it's back.
It's back, but now it's not back. But now
this is what it looks like while we're casting, for what it's worth. We're very leaned in.
It's very,
very intense. Kyle's got one kill into it. Trades from Haven's original. I think another one with the knives. He does. Flames goes down. Copycat killed.
Okay.
Knives refreshed. It's the start of something good. I'm pretty sure that's a High School Musical song. If it's not, it should be.
On the money there.
Ohio Northern. They're at this personnel disadvantage. We had talked about this before, but again, it seems to be a place in which they like to thrive. It's gonna be where they do their best work.
Scanning ahead.
And they're the underdog in a given round. Recon bolt will go through for Kyle. He's trying to hit the back of the site. No one's home though. Oh, Saf. He sees one. He's got some information. They know they're going away, and the spike is right behind him.
Finished.
Oh, Saf's got one on clips. The super late torn out flank is going to actually be a huge help. This lurk from Saf. 3v3 Southwest Baptist. Haven only has about 35 HP to work with here. Kyle's on the flank already. This has been the real long con. Haven's now looking, making sure the flank doesn't hit. Concerned about everything. Haven's taking so many shots. The classic being pulled out for the right click.
No.
He just stares at his opponent. Oh, this is.
They're bullying the man.
Can we turn this off?
I did not realize we were watching Nat Geographic. A bunch of lions going after the zebra.
The wild Secrets walks up behind his prey, knife out. He begins to swing wildly with no direction. Does able to grab the first slash into the opponent, into his prey. And the rest of his pack pounces.
Pounces. Smelling the blood of the victim.
Alright, Sunset off. Let's see. Got nothing still. Has Sunset hit an op shot this game?
The stats say no. Well, no. Actually, yeah, he got two in the.
Oh yeah, no, he did. With
a few rounds
has
ago.
He hit okay, let's rephrase this. Has he hit an op shot on a player that matters? Because now he's killed the run it back twice.
Yeah, that actually, yeah.
On a player that matters, and not through a box.
You should run. Spike planted.
The answer is no.
These are the important questions we need to ask. Ohio Northern 5 alive, and the lockdown from Saf. I think this is the second or third one this game. Flames just looking for it. Sees one, sees two, gets both of them. That's the 3K for Flames into the round. It's just Fibs left. I'm pretty sure this game violates the Geneva Convention in some way.
Almost.
We've seen some pretty lopsided matches this season so far. but none of them have felt as lopsided as this one did. Oh my lord.
Not ready yet.
That was the Ohioan wide swing right there.
Ah, the fabled Hawaiian wide swing.
The Ohioan wide swing. I think we can christen it right there. 10-0.
Yep.
I'd like to state that Haven, this map, is Southwest Baptist pick. They chose to do this.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, this is their choice.
They don't have money.
Well, they don't even have morale.
They have lost 10 rounds in a row and don't have money for a buy.
I mean, yeah, that's kind of how that's how the game kind of goes at this point. It's just a matter of time, of formality at this point, you know, for Ohio Northern to get this map #1.
Flames, uncharacteristic mistake. Eclipse is able to get 2. Impotence and Flames taken down.
Telling you, the frenzy
grabs one with the head hunter. The Hun Hunter. The Hun Hunter. It's just Secrets and Kyle, but the spike looks to be going towards A.
Yep.
I think Southwest Baptist is figuring out now that they actually have not seen the spike yet. They do not know where it is. They do not know what it looks like. It may be spherical for all they know. Secret's gonna look to unravel some stuff here.
Spike planted.
Maybe spread a couple.
Cover going out.
Looks down. Dark cover in the doorway, sitting up in heaven. He's been here every time on the take, on the hole. But it seems like he chooses a little bit of a different position, a little bit of a different angle. So they keep forced to clear all of them. Here's one. That's Haven down. Dark cover going to go through. Oh, he's pushing it.
He is pushing up.
Aggressive.
Kyle on the backside. Now it was literally a 4v2 a few seconds ago. Now it's down to a 2v2. That's actually so terrifying. No, Secret's going a little bit too much on the hubris. But guess what? No time to defuse. Oh no, he actually got it.
Yeah, the defuse was basically over then, and the one player that got hit by the Hunter's Fury, Sunset,
was a one, wasn't
had full health.
Full health, yeah.
He was able to just tank it and worked out fine. The first round for Southwest Baptist, and it comes off the hubris from Secrets going for that knife kill on to Kangs.
Yeah, I mean, the confidence came back to bite them. Like, we talked about, it's like, oh yeah, there's 2 people that can do it on ONU, yeah. Kyle, Secrets, no problem, they got this. And unfortunately, they're a little too punch drunk on the Kool-Aid. So that will actually give Southwest Baptist a win. They got 1. Jump peek from, oh my god. Kyle's gonna jump peek and draw out Sunset's Fire, who's not been the most accurate with its op shots. But
so happy no one could see my face then. Saf's already just in the back of the site. Sunset's watching an angle that top garage. He's got a friend there. Oh no!
Oh wow! Oh wow! Sunset, hello. Impotent trying to show him how it's done. The point blank op shot to win it out is.
How is Secrets alive?
Secrets is there. Okay.
Secrets just kind of meat shielded for a
He
while.
really did. He took about like 4 shots.
This is. I love this.
A few shots in the cheek, 1 in the arm. TP's out.
I love this.
You so mean. This is so crass. Don't do it. Gonna get checked, sort of. Oh, the bubble has been popped now. He says enough waiting. What is he doing? What is he doing?
It doesn't matter. The rounds. The spike was going anyway. Oh.
Oh, okay.
Switching sides.
Oh no.
Now we have the side switch, so it's quote unquote back to even. Secrets is having quite the fun time here.
Yeah, oh.
Yeah.
The problem is, like, Secrets could be like the best player in the server right now and not be particularly close. I know he's fragging really well, but it wouldn't have mattered. Just for what it's worth, this Ohio Northern team is the team that took on Cornell College a couple weeks ago, which has Banthanor on it. So we can bring him.
Always in the mind and in the heart.
And this was the game here that Secrets picked up Banthanor's Odin and used it for the entire game against him.
That's right.
So I'm ready for Secrets to pull it out. Because he knows the way of the Odin.
He's trained in the Norse battle arts.
It's a 4-on-4. This is an even round right here. A little bit okay. Oh no.
Okay.
Do you remember when I said even?
Yeah, like literally as you're saying the words, it's an even game. I'm like, no, it's not.
It was not an even game.
There was like no counterplay.
Yeah. We'll see what ONU want to do with this round. The probability is they buy up Spectres, take the dub, 13-1, and move on to the next map with their lives. We could see them do a little stupid here. Could buy Ares.
Yeah.
Looks like Flames did purchase the Vandal into the round. Which does make sense. They want to win this out here. 13-1. They lost their one round, so they have max elo gain now. It's all about the RR. The LP.
It is all about the RR.
The premier rating.
Oh my god. Flames. No! Okay, tries to do the little head down trick. Will not be successful in getting away. But he did buy a lot of time at least.
But they're converging on their flank. Look at them in the flank.
Yep, a lot of
Secrets
time.
is right there with the Spectre.
Look at the round.
Saf is not far away. Eclipse is able to take down one, and Haven takes down the other with a recovered Vandal. Empotence grabs it with the Sheriff, and it's all Kyle versus Eclipse now.
How did that even happen?
Oh, no.
Okay. I looked away for a second, and I get back, and now it's a 1v1? All right.
Yeah, a lot of trades here. Let's see what Eclipse can do here. He's got one more Dark Shadow left now. He's used both. 26 seconds till he has any more utility. Spike plant goes through. Kyle knows where everything is. He's got some amount of health. It's not the most. Eclipse up has the gun better, but Kyle has the surprise better. And that's it. That's the first game for Ohio Northern.
Yeah.
He's memeing a little now.
Yeah, he's got it.
Scanning ahead.
He just wants to scan ahead.
Defenders win.
Oh boy.
Oh boy, indeed.
Oh boy.
I'm just still thinking about that 1v5 that early on in the map, and I think honestly
it was. So I took a note of that. That was round 4.
Round 4.
And then round 5, we had Secrets
1v3
with the 3K.
Just
that was a dismantling.
I just feel like if Southwest Baptist had any morale or any confidence, or like
it's gone.
There's
gone. None.
After that, like honestly, all to 4 and just like all right,
yeah,
whatever.
That's one of those ones where I wouldn't have blamed them if they said, you know what, y'all can just take the second one.
Right,
we're good. Speaking of taking the win on the second one, we'll see who takes the win on the second map right here after this quick break.
Here, and I gotta tell you, Briarcliff's still looking pretty strong, but Southwest Baptist, you know, they did what they couldn't do in the first game, and that's actually get round wins on the board. Let's see if it's gonna be enough to give them the momentum necessary, as Freight is just gonna push right on in.
Freight's crazy. Zero fear, zero hesitation with the dink there. Another one, make it 2. He's got another smoke in his belt as well. Make it 3. Can we get a 4? Can we get a 5 with the ace coming through for Freight?
Not the best situation for Cleveland State here in this 2v3. Wait, was that okay, Secrets is crazy. Okay. 1 bullet, 2 skulls, all it takes. Apparently so. To put Ohio Northern on a 5-0 over Cleveland.
Sephiroth Notson, immediate response, jump up, throw that bowling ball out, give yourself some space. Don't let Sephiroth dictate the pace of this match too much. Brawler, the percentage not in their favor at the current moment in time.
Okay, so question, is the name of it really Primary Lotus, or is that just a Naruto reference?
That is 100% a Naruto reference.
Okay, because I know what the Primary Lotus is, but no, they don't.
Welcome back, everyone. My name is still Mechatronic. This is still Beautiful Crow. Pointing hands while your camera's mirrored is always difficult. We are still watching the Midwest Esports Conference. We are still here after the dismantling of Southwest Baptist University by Ohio Northern.
Yeah.
That's where we stand right now. It was 13-1, and it could have easily been 13-0.
It really could have. A few of those, that the round was gifted, so to speak.
Yeah, Ohio Northern went for a lot of knives. They tried to do a lot of stabbing.
Yeah.
And most of the time it worked. We had to do a little Nat Geo impression. But sometimes it didn't. And that one round that it didn't work, they ended up giving the one over to Southwest Baptist. So that was Haven. Now we go over to Ascent, which is its own bag of tricks. But fortunately, I think everyone at this point kind of knows how to play Ascent.
Yeah.
It's a pretty simple map. There's not really many gimmicks, right? Haven's gimmick, no matter how simple, is a big gimmick, right? There's 3 sites. That's a big deal. Ascent, though, has just doors, and you can shoot them open.
Yeah.
That's a normal thing. Like, so we're kind of in for that. I'm terrified of what Ascent's going to look like.
I mean, hey, yeah, like we said, we haven't seen a lot of it. It's very much has been it's like very much been a lot of times in a decider map, so you don't get to see it. But it being the second map this time around means we actually gonna get some action on it, and we're into agent select now. Oh man, ONU, they're looking to speedrun this.
Yeah, they're running back the exact same comp from the last map.
If not more.
This comp did not change.
Yeah.
The defenders, though, this comp is almost entirely different, right? Haven and Eclipse both played the Jet and the Omen respectively on the last map, but Kangs was playing the Sky, Fibs was playing the Killjoy, and Sunset was playing the Chamber. They've now switched to a Yoru, a Sage, and a KO.
Yeah.
So I guess that gives them a little bit more initiation tools.
Yeah.
Though, unfortunately, I don't think initiation is what they were missing.
Yeah, it could be. It could be a start of something better for sure.
We'll see. This map always feels a little bit more anyone can win.
Yeah.
Than we see, like Haven kind of generally feels attacker sided. Regardless of if it is or not, but it generally does feel like it is. So we'll see what Southwest Baptist and Co. can cook up for us here. Hopefully make this a little bit of a closer game than the first map.
It's very much a possibility as we're getting started on this pistol here. I mean, it wasn't a very eventful pistol as the last game, but
yeah.
We did see some crazy ghost play that should not have happened from, Secrets and Haven and Flames just being kind of ridiculous in respective teams. But, going into this, so Flames actually going to go with the Sheriff. It's actually terrifying in its own right. Haven, like I said, he's kind of good on pistol at least. Gonna go ahead and draw first blood for Southwest Baptist.
Oh my god. Okay, so here's the thing, right? Kyle almost got that, which is insane because Kyle should have no reason to get that in the world.
No reason. Okay.
Let's just remind you that the last time there was a piss around between these two folks, Saf and Secrets were the two people to watch. Kang has already been on a total flank. Is on the the attacker side of middle.
It happens.
Poking his head out.
Ooh, wow. Okay, Secrets. Good wraparound. We'll take out Sunset on the KO.
Shadows traveling.
I mean, this is looking pretty Southwest Baptist favored, but if there's anything that we learned from the last map, don't count them out when they're down a couple.
It is valid. You're correct in that regard. We definitely saw some ridiculous comebacks happen as Secrets looking to go a bit aggressive. Last 30 seconds in the round, aiming high and getting his mark.
Yeah, so Secrets putting the spike down now. Impotence sitting right next to him. This dynamic duo, both at full health now, or relative full health. And it's a 2v3. It's not like it's an insane proposition. It's not like it's a 1v5, although we've seen that this team can do those as well. A couple shots towards stairs. Haven is able to take down Impotence and Kangs.
Oh,
but the Sheriff takes Secrets.
Okay, yeah, plenty of time to defuse. It took a little while longer than they may have liked, but yeah, Southwest Baptist slow and steady, winning the race. At least the first step in the race.
Well, this is a good start. I think if we needed to start here, this would be the primary way to do it. They've gotten as many rounds as they did last game.
Yeah.
So that's a big dub already.
Moral victory secured.
We will take a moral victory any day of the week here on the Southwest Baptist camp. Well, let's see if Ohio Northern has anything to say about that. I believe the most dominant victory of a team this season has been 26-3. Production can correct me if I'm wrong. I know that we definitely had this as a discussion ahead of the games. So Southwest Baptist just there's ONU versus Cornell.
Yes.
Ah, yes, the Banthanor game.
The Banthanor game. Oh, Haven. Oh man. Okay.
This is
he got some work done before he fell.
Yep.
Just need Fibs and Sunset to
Spike planted.
finish off the work he had started.
The odd thing here is that neither of them have guns. Neither of them have any weapons, right? So the Sheriffs are going to take them down. Southwest Baptist didn't feel like they really bought much into that round, even though they won the pistol. So Ohio Northern now has, like, weapon money.
Right.
So does Southwest Baptist.
So does Southwest Baptist, yes.
So is there an Odin on the game. There's no Odin on the field.
So it begins. Round number 3, the Odin Chronicles start.
Well, he may have actually... Nope. It's still there. KO's got it. It's still there. I do want to point this out ahead of time. A little odd that they're not running a Sova.
Yeah. I mean, Sova tends to be the king of this map. A staple, mainstay, if you will. But
Yeah,
I guess...
Fade's pretty good.
Right.
KO's pretty good. But generally you play it alongside...
Alongside with the Sova, right. Yeah, for them to only just be going to KO for information gathering or denial, rather.
I mean, just your ability to aim a spam through...
Oof.
Wall
Flames, hello? No way. He's just walking through. He literally just walked through 2 people's utility. Oh my goodness.
He's got plot buff. He's got plot armor.
He has to.
He's got main character buff right here.
Right. Who's gonna get it though? It's gonna be him or it's gonna be Saf.
Everyone around him is an Empire Stormtrooper. They cannot aim. They cannot hit their mark. Blasters are not ready.
Say it, but probably best to play as a team. So, what's the plan?
Well, so there comes part of the issue with Ohio Northern not having their bye. Sorry, Southwest Baptist not buying on the second round. Is that this 4th round generally is going to be your gun round. It's just kind of not. Our producer had this plot armor thing ready way too quickly.
Way too quick.
That was way too quick.
Oh my goodness.
That was you?
All right.
Never mind.
All right, we're talking about memes. Let's talk about the game for a minute. Run it back. Already used by Impotence.
What do you mean it's still a
First
meme?
kill,
Oh
nothing else
wow,
on the second.
Impotence.
Turns away from the flash. Sunset tries to get anything, but does not hit a shot onto Saf. He's got plot armor now.
See, now that's how you do a proper turn away on a flash, guys. Take notes on that.
I think they may have flashed themselves a little there. Flames able to take down Haven, giving the team a nice little flawless here. 3-1. It's starting to look like the same kind of game the last one was.
Looking a little familiar. I mean, Southwest managed to get one on early though, so
a little Vuja day.
That probably means something completely different from than what we're assuming it to mean.
Yeah, I hope it doesn't. I hope we're okay.
Might have accidentally just cursed an entire family or something.
Yeah, for what it's worth, we were going for deja vu. We're just incapable.
Oh wow, Flames! Immediate takedown.
He's just a gamer. He is just gaming.
Pure gaming right now. Oh, here's a rush onto the site though, but they run right to the Wedding Arms of Sunset.
So much damage from the hot hands.
And Secret comes up from behind. Oh, not a knife this time. It was a gun.
It's too early in the game to start knifing. They've already lost a round.
I feel like he would do it literally round one if he could.
I think that's probably true, but they already lost one round, so
now they're playing
can't
a little
meme
serious.
around.
Yeah.
Alright, Haven's looking to see if he can take a shot when anyone does spot the one. He gets hit from a couple bullets from underneath it. Nothing connects really, 70 HP, and that's the save call. Secret takes down Fib, so it's just this operator going into the next round unless Northern has something to say about it. One shot taken, Kyle's down. One shot taken, the Secret isn't down, Classic is out. Oh no.
Oh,
well, that's real bad.
Oh dear.
On a scale of 1 to terrible, that's kind of towards the terrible mark.
It happens. I get it. Knees heavy, palms sweaty, blah blah blah. You know.
Mom's spaghetti.
Yeah.
The problem I have with that is that he may be nervous, but he does not look calm and ready.
We don't have player cams. We don't know that.
Alright, Secrets with Dark Cover going out to start. A Dark Cover in return. Does seem that they purchased an AWP. Southwest Baptist has.
Yeah, they have.
It sounded like it. I heard the ring of an
I heard the ring. Yeah, okay, cool. It's there.
So that's Saf. Oh, it could have been Saf's AWP.
Yeah. Rocking the double duty Sheriff AWP combo. Just raw power.
Combo. Oh, Sheriff Secrets. Oh, and the fake TP just to give a little bit more sauce here.
Oh my god.
Okay. Secrets just kind of went in that round.
Yeah.
You got 2 kills without a seeing, a third not far much later.
Okay, a timeout will be called here. Yeah. First one of the series, because I don't believe they took a timeout in game number 1.
No, they didn't. I don't think they should have. Probably. I know that sounds kind of mean, as we see Brendan's Galaxy S20 FE 5G getting plugged into the computer. I don't mean that to be mean. I just legitimately feel that it was probably not in their best interest to take the time out there. In the first game, they went down 10-0 to start,
10-0, right.
So it's a little bit different than, hey, we have a round already, and the first half isn't all the way over. When the other team starts like steamrolling and kind of moving, there's part of you that wants to interrupt that flow, and part of you that goes, we're not winning this. Let's just get this over with as soon as we can.
Right. I do like, doing it now to stop the bleeding a little bit.
Yeah, here is fine. You've already got the round 2. You've already got 1. There's still a possibility that you can come back and like get this in the half. But when Ohio Northern, right, like here's the thing. In that last game, the only time you really could have taken a timeout is pre-round 5. because round 3 is your South V5.
The South
Round 4 is the South V5. Round 5 is Secrets getting that stupid 3K on top of A site. So after that point, your mental's kind of just gone. And you don't want to take time out after that point. Kangs pushes Dupe through. Shouldn't fool anyone.
More and more shadows being used here. It's Haven sitting high upon his box. Will be the difference maker here on the A site, but unfortunately, Secrets is as Secrets does. Breaks all the ankles. Immediately puts it down back to even ground here. Southwest Baptist looking to get another one on the board, hoping that that timeout really did actually work for them as Sunset.
One enemy remaining.
Looking to cause some damage. He does it indeed. That's a second round for Southwest Baptist.
All right, yep. A little audio visual issues, but nah. Southwest Baptist went around.
Yeah, welcome back. Yeah, Southwest Baptist got that round in.
Yep.
Sunset decided to take measures into his own hands. We are getting into this next round here. Okay. You're gonna do some little portal walking, but it doesn't even matter. Secrets is just gonna pop him immediately. Sunset keeping up the work from the last round does grab down Saf, which is a huge pickup. They need to take down that big playmaker. They don't have any chance. Pulling this off as Impotens will claim their mark, and now it's once again just back to even.
Last player standing.
Eclipse, whoa, no. Walks right into the barrel of flames, who puts it in his ear and presses the trigger. It's down to Fibs, who has been very, very quiet this entire series. Haven't really seen anything from him of note. Hopefully you can make the difference here. He has to fight against 2. He's looking at the man running across instead of the man shooting on him. And that gives Flames 3. So now Ohio Northern sit at 6. Looking to keep that gas going. Okay. The economy from Southwest Baptist is starting to dwindle a little bit. You are going to be able to have a decent buy here coming into this next round, but fitting against the onslaught from Ohio Northern is a little tricky to deal with.
Yeah, it's going to be a little. Ohio Northern likes to snowball a lot.
Yeah. But I will 100% agree, as long as they can, take down the KJ that is been plaguing them so much. Also taking down Secrets. They have a higher chance. As yep, mentioned them there. Saf gonna take down Kangs. So a great jump and fire flash from Impotens here, but no avail. They're playing a little close here over my window. Okay, there's a sound cue, so now Flames has the notification to run away.
But he got out.
Just barely.
Bunch of shots taken by Oh no, shots by Sunset. Secrets got 1. Impotens got another.
Player standing.
What?
Secrets is on 2. Eclipse is able to clutch it out.
What's another death?
I don't know if he has that.
No time to defuse, though, once again.
No time to defuse. I'm pretty sure that's just a bad cover of a James Bond movie.
Ironically enough, the last James Bond movie was called No Time to Die, right?
Yeah, that was the best.
No Time to Die, No Time to Defuse. Perfect. 10 out of 10. No notes. Who do you want to be the next James Bond? I think it should be Henry Cavill.
Henry Cavill's good. I like Henry Cavill. Yeah.
They can milk him for like 10 more years.
I think it should be Jeremy Allen White. No, I think that's me. I like that as an idea. I don't think that's a great idea in practice. But yeah, I think that he kind of needs to be a normal guy,
Yeah.
right? Like Daniel Craig is just a handsome, normal dude.
Handsome, normal dude.
He doesn't feel like he's incredibly jacked or anything. Like he's just
Yeah.
a guy. I actually, unironically, I kind of think that Rami Malek is a good choice, but he can't be him.
No. Yeah. No.
There would have to be a lot of stuff that happens to make that work in the JBCU.
Last player standing.
Oh my God, Kyle? Okay.
Yeah, this is just kind of a little bit of a round right here. It's closer than a lot of rounds we've seen.
This could be different though. Kang's actually got a kill at the beginning of this round, so
And he's gonna push, which I
Yeah.
kind of like. I kind of like the aggression. He's put himself on a timer here, but saying, "Hey, I think I can take down this lockdown," and he does. Pulls himself back.
very smart.
There goes gravity.
Not the rabbit. But he's not looking where he needs to be. As Saf gets him in the back.
I'm back to the James Bond question. There are a lot of good people who could be James Bond.
Yeah, I think Will Poulter could be really good. Like he's very handsome, and he's not super jacked from his time as Adam Warlock, but like just jacked enough.
Forgot who Will Poulter was. Oh, he was also the Bear. We're just naming the Bear actors now.
Yeah. The Bear just had a lot of really good cameos. Let's be honest here.
Christmas
Season 2,
episode, man.
crazy.
Christmas episode. That's all you need to state.
Yeah, exactly.
Joke's over. You're dead.
Alright, locations revealed. Recon Dart goes through. One kill
No
for Impotent.
way.
He gets onto Kangs and no one else is on the site to defend. There's one sitting in tree room. They've all crossed.
there you are.
Saf just quickly, quietly, cool, calm, collected takes down two.
Saf is so crazy.
Through the door they go. The grandfather's house we go. Saf with a 3K in the round, up 9-2.
Yeah.
Last round before the switch.
Last thing on the James Bond. It should not be Tom Holland. I just need to get that
Oh,
across.
please no. Yeah, no.
Tom Holland's great as Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Leave him as Spider-Man.
Decent at some other stuff.
We just don't ruin this. Thank you.
I'll get off my soapbox now.
Yeah. I'm okay. I'm okay not talking about it. I'm good. No Toms. There's no Toms, actually. Just
no Toms.
All of the Toms. All right, last round of the half right here. More rounds gotten from Southwest Baptist in this half than last game entirely. Let's see. Can Ohio Northern tie their prior record, 26-3, or?
Ooh, what about Nicholas Holt? I think he could be good. He's only like 30 something.
What does James Bond have to be British?
Yes. He's literally an MI6 spy.
I know. But we always choose British actors.
Yeah,
there's a lot
we
of
had Jason
Americans
Bourne.
who can do terrible British accents. Oh, he could be Scottish.
He could be Scottish.
Can we have Richard Hammond to just be
Richard Hammond?
Richard Hammond as James Bond.
That'd be insane.
He already does his own stunts.
He does. Yeah, exactly. That'd be the most insane part about it.
All right, 10-2 heading into the second half. Ohio Northern up a lot of rounds. If you're just joining us, last map was a little even rougher. Ohio Northern winning the first half 11-1. This half 10-2.
10-2. So, a little bit different, a little bit better.
If Ohio Northern wins out here, they will tie their record for this season of the quickest games, ending in a combined 3-26 rounds.
Yeah.
Last time they did that was against Cornell College 2 weeks ago, as Kangs gets the first kill onto Flames. Tries to grab more, but can't get anything onto Kyle.
Not quite there.
Ooh, that knife was supposed to go a lot further than it did. He's going to have to check a lot more angles. Sunset going through. He's looking to be part of the entry pack. Saf is going to try and maybe peek out of the start cover. See if anyone is easily spotted. Kangs trying to just clear up through heaven, clear everything That knife did not help them out.
Nah, knife was not good. No help there.
So Haven in the back. Saf with 2 in the round already. It's a 2v3. We've seen Ohio Northern win a lot of these already.
Yeah, in the most unbelievable fashions. Saf taking a few tags, losing a few toes. These Secrets, are you kidding me? Come on.
Well, it's Saf and Secrets. These are the 2 guys that have been doing it the whole game. Secrets got another, and Secrets got a third.
Oh, wow. Yep, and he has plenty of time. Plenty of time to get this defuse.
The spike is diffused.
Secrets is just too good.
He's so good.
He's been so good this whole match.
Okay. Southwest Baptist. Time to batten down the hatches and dig even deeper. Because you are in big trouble here.
Yeah, so here's the problem, right, is that if you do mathematics on round logic here for Valorant, Ohio Northern winning the pistol means they should win their second round in conversion. And this judge does not tell me that they won't.
Oh my god, Flames. No. Stop him, please, somebody. He has 2 left in the chamber.
It doesn't matter. So much damage was taken. This is where you need the Odin.
This is the Odin spot. Or, if you're Kyle, Shock Dart.
No.
Oh, he's good. He's so good. He's so
tried
good.
for the second. He knows.
He's just gonna jump in correctly.
They're memeing a little too hard, man.
Oh my god, just a little bit.
Ooh, okay, so here's the problem, right? We get to the third round in the half. This is the round where Ohio Northern should go on their bonus. This is the point where you generally don't buy up your Vandals, your Phantoms, your Operators, etc. You keep yourself on these lesser weapons you've got. Kyle's got a Bulldog. I believe there's a couple of them lying around. This is your questionable round if you want to keep everything together. If Ohio Northern can win this round, they win the game, they win the series, everything.
Right, yeah.
Southwest Baptist, though. Trying to see if they can play spoiler at least a little. Flames able to get one, Secret's able to get another, but they're both traded back quickly. 3v3 for Southwest Baptist. It's their best chance they've had this half. Look where Kyle is, though. He's so pushed forward. They cannot go A even if they wanted to. Empetons grabs 1
Oh no.
Sap is right here.
The boogeyman.
He's got 1. He's got 2. Sap able to close it out. Ties their best win record ever. And Ohio Northern University moves to 7-0 in the standings. That was nasty for playoff spot 1.
That was so nasty. Like, I mean, I think they were locked for playoff spot 1 last week.
Yeah, but now they're really locked. Now they're even more locked.
Now they're even more locked.
This is like we took like 3 padlocks and put it in the same place kind of thing.
I've done that before, actually. You know?
Yeah, so you can tell it's really locked.
Yeah, it's really locked. So we look at the standings here. Oh my goodness. You know, it makes sense because they're polar bears. Have you ever tried to fight a polar bear?
I have not tried to fight a polar bear.
It does not end up well. But yeah, so it's ONU taking the top spot.
I believe that's actually it for the regular season. I could be corrected here in a moment. That's possible.
I believe we're going to start the round of 8 next week. Yeah, next weekend. So the round of 8 is going to start. Bracket staging.
Yeah,
see who's going to get it. I mean, Ohio Northern, they didn't win our first land, but they are poised to do, you know, just that this time around with how strong they've been looking. They have a pretty decent opposition right under them, but it's going to be a tall task to get through all of that. We have no interview for you guys today. Thank you guys so much for joining us on today's games as we finished up the regular season. I've been Beautiful Crow. I am a very sleepy boy. That's Mechatronic with the best beard in the game.
Thank you.
We wish you guys a good night. Have a fun evening. Do as you wish, but come back next week for some MEC action. Peace.